default. We don't like default. We like that. There we go. Yes. There we go. Freaking Windows update. Are we back with the... Okay, we got that sound. Very good. Good evening, friends and fellows and owls and birds of prey and anyone and everyone else. Hope everyone is having a wonderful week so far. I know this is different from what I've typically been doing lately. We will get back to Octopath Traveler on Wednesday, but for today, I wanted to try out the Aether and Iron demo because this game is coming out at the end of the month on March 31st, and I'm very excited for it. And like as soon as I finish Octopath, if I don't do Witcher 3, then I will be doing Aether and Iron. So I downloaded the demo and I figured I would try it out today. As for kind of some of the audio issues at the start, of course, Windows decided it was going to update last night, and so when it does that, it messes with like OBS and causes OBS to reset a few things. So I just had to make the mic like recognize where its source is. So with that being said, let's play a game. And like it says, add to the wish list if you like the game, or even if you don't, just like search it up on Steam, add it to the wish list. Really helps the devs kind of gauge excitement or intrigue for the game, and helps them market their game out to various publishers, not just Steam, and even just get their Steam numbers up to keep the game alive on that front. So very cool things, and let's get into the game. Thank you for playing the Aether and Iron demo. This demo offers a small taste of the full game. The complete experience expands on the story, characters, systems, and choices that await you in the demo ahead. We'd love to hear what you think. You can share feedback via settings, feedback from the main menu, or pause menu. If you enjoyed your time in the demo, we'd love if you considered wishlisting or purchasing the full game by visiting the store on the store page on Steam. Yeah, I trust that it's probably safe. If it's on Steam, it probably got scanned or something. Should you read EULAs? Yes, you should. Am I going to today? No, because we have games to play. Difficulty, story. Just want to enjoy the story, explore the world without focusing heavily on combat and resource management. Want a mix of engaging story and challenging gameplay. Ideal for players who want a balanced approach to combat, exploration, and resource management. For those who seek the true test of their skills, combat encounters are more deadly, navigating the city is more perilous, and resources are more scarce. We're going with balanced. I don't want either of those. What? I know some people like challenges, but no, that seems super scary. I don't want that. Like maybe on a second or third playthrough, but not for a demo. My goodness. Yay, we love autosave. Okay. Health and safety. Contains flashing lights, rapid visual effects, and camera motion that may cause discomfort, motion sickness, or epileptic seizures in some individuals. Immediately stop playing and consult a medical professional if you experience dizziness, nausea, altered vision, loss of awareness, or involuntary movement. Play in a well-lit room, sit an appropriate distance from the screen, and take regular breaks. If you or anyone in your care has a history of epilepsy, consult a physician before playing.
Every man, woman, and child remembers the day that Aether first captured their imagination, that gravity became nothing more than an inconvenience. Prepare yourselves, fair citizens of New York, to feel such wonder again. The Helicline Institute of Avonics is announcing an early Aether Tech showcase ahead of the 1939 World's Fair. So come one and come all and be inspired. Gaze upon new skyward frontiers and see if there is no alternative to a future amongst the heavens.
Looks like it's time. There's no thriving in this city. Not when the shadow of the uppers keeps the rest of us fumbling in the dark. They get the sunlight and the cotton clouds, while the lowers is lost in the dark at midday. But with a job like today's, I can catch my breath. No guns, no complications, not like last time. I'd sooner throw myself into the well and let the gravity storms pull me apart than go through that again. And if this goes well, I'll never have to. I can still hear my Zio's last breaths echoing in the gunshots that rip the ground from beneath my feet.
Now leaving the station.
I could leave this smuggler business behind. I wouldn't have to worry about backroom deals, meddling tyrants, or pulling pennies from the smoke of a gun.
Sorry, just want to fix one thing real quick. And we'll be back to it. What's that? What's that?
I'd find a place up here where the air is clean, where the sun wakes you up in the morning, and the stars say goodnight. It'd be just me and the open sky, finally free.
My bad. I messed up the subtitles, I guess. Hopefully they'll fix themselves.
I slip into one of the ritziest hideaways in the uppers, long after the rich and sauced have sauntered off to bed. The glass cage cleans up nice after hours, but no amount of soap will wash away the stink of high-class gin and imported cologne.
Gee, I like it. Love her fashion sense. Like, anytime you whip out a trench coat and pull it off nice, instant respect boost.
My shoe gives the glass floor a wary tap as I scan the room. I ignore the booze hound glued to the table and turn to the stern-faced bartender. The regulars flock here to take in the view over a bottle of something expensive and bubbly. Every now and then, a soul gets grounded. And this is the best seat in the house. As good a mouthwash as any. Might come in handy later, too. Currency in my line of work isn't always green. The bartender gives me a look as I grab the long-necked top-shelf swill and take a drink. The booze hound's a whistling faucet, and his drool-spattered watch is worth more than my whole outfit. The bartender's eyes follow my hands, making sure I don't get too familiar with the patron's belongings. I approach the counter. Morgan? I give a curt nod without response. Any other gift of familiarity would be wasted. Wilson out? A deep sullenness passes over the man.
What can I do for you, Miss Rendazzo?
Rendazzo. Gia Rendazzo. Morgan. Okay. Talent checks. Ooh, some D&D type mechs. Cool. Certain dialogue options contain talent checks. These checks add an element of chance to your decisions, influenced by your crew's talents and attributes. Each check has a difficulty rating and minimum number that you need to roll. When you perform a talent check, you roll 2d6. Your crew's talent attribute bonuses are added to the dice roll. All of your bonuses are shown in the tooltip when highlighting the dialogue option. Okay. It's just a bonus of 1 for each of these checks. is +4.
It's been a while.
Oh.
How's business, Morgan?
Business carries on as usual, Miss Rendazzo. Mr. Blanc's morning is full, and in the evening, we host Kit Holiday.
I know that name from the radio. Shame I'll have to miss hearing her live. The glass cage might tolerate my presence during after hours, but its patience runs dry whenever respectable clientele's on the floor.
Good. Glad I can still do the role after that. Nice.
Morgan's eyes are gray, his knuckles raw, and the scent of 2-day-old body odor breaks through his strong cologne. Wilson never misses a shift.
Never's a big word, Miss Rendazzo, especially in this line of work.
I got a meeting with Mr. Blanc. Let him know I'm here.
So soon? I'm surprised. And without your uncle.
His eyes meet mine, challenging me to say anything, to reach for my piece, to balk, maybe even cry. I slowly inhale. It's too early to let some high-nosed stiff get his kicks in, so I smile.
Excuse me. Okay. So current quest: glass birds and glass shoes. Astoria Bay. Okay. So we're in this floating city. And similar to Gachiakuda, like if people get punished or something unfortunate happens, get hit with that gravity, sent falling down. But high-class people like to live in dangerous and extravagant places. Thus, the skies. Manage a crew. Okay. That's where you manage a crew. You can change which heroes join GA on a mission and see all of your crew's skills and abilities in one place. You can only change your crew while you are at the hold. You will gain new crew members as you progress. Ooh, vehicles. Okay. You can change your vehicles. You can change which vehicles your crew members are driving. Select swap and choose from any of your unlocked vehicles. Change your vehicles to gain new abilities in combat, get more storage, or access to parts of the city. Key items. Crew members share group inventory of important items. Use your key items to adjust your inventory. You can click and drag items around to arrange them. Items have useful information that can be viewed by moving your cursor over them. Vehicles each have an inventory. Items can be moved around in each inventory, or you can click and drag to move them from one vehicle to another. Inventories can be sorted to quickly rearrange and filter stored items using the Sort All button and the Filter buttons above the inventory. Okay. Got that top shelf. Yeah. $60. Not bad. In-game encyclopedia offering lore, character details, insights into the world of Aether and Iron. Access at any time from the top right of the screen. Entries are unlocked as you progress through the story, complete missions, and explore the city. Look for highlighted new entries and delve deeper into the game's lore. Nice. 9 potential crew members. Okay. What do we know about Gia? Just trying to make her way, that's all. Giovanna Randazzo, very Italian. Born on ground level in the boroughs, became an underworld smuggler operating out of New York's Lowers District. Her natural skill and poise, along with the criminal training she received from her uncle Alfonso, quickly established her reputation as a reliable and capable operator. All it takes, though, is one job gone wrong to turn the whole world upside down. Brutally avenging her Zio's murderer. Yeah, she mentioned that on the little card right over Zio. It's not the same as. I don't think Zio means uncle in Italian, but I could be wrong. It seems awfully close to Tio, but it doesn't seem like it would fit. And Zio doesn't fit for like a shortening of Alfonso either. So it's probably some other crewmate turned lover, perhaps. I could be wrong. I'm sure we'll figure it out as the game progresses. But that's my guess. Brutally avenging her Zio's murder earned her the nickname 8-Shot. A whole lot of heat which she is desperate to leave behind in favor of a quiet, peaceful life somewhere in the uppers. A lofty dream, perhaps, but she'd tell you sometimes dreams are all we got. I like it. So we got 4 areas: the Nation's Crusade, Dreamland, White Street, and Strata. Okay. People, we just went over that. Miscellaneous Aether. Okay. My Zio would say, if we were meant to fly, we would have been made with wings. Kinda true. Form of electromagnetic radiation harvested from high atmosphere electricity that, when refined and processed, allows for the manipulation of gravity. It's a seemingly miraculous element used to power the technology which keeps New York City aloft. Aethonics, the study of this technology, is a new science, and our understanding of its mysterious inner workings remains incomplete. Red Aether is not naturally occurring. Whoa, this is a whole lore sheet. I don't know if I'm going to read it all. Unless this purple. Yeah, it's the purple thing, not the. Okay. Yeah. Not as big a lore sheet as I thought. Okay, so we'll read it all. Red Aether is not naturally occurring, but rather the unfortunate result of a lab accident which claimed the life of its unwitting creator, a highly energetic and unstable state of luminiferous Aether. It contains stupendous potential energy, but must be carefully harnessed and controlled, or that energy is released with explosive consequences. Okay. High energy, very explosive. Got it. It's appeared recently in New York as a power source for terrifying weapons of war. Makes sense. Usually employed by those who prioritize violence and might over their own health. Violence and might over their own health or safety. Gotcha. Perhaps chief among Dr. Nellie Reinhardt's numerous scientific breakthroughs in the field of aethonics is her discovery of harmonic ether, which is a stabilized form of red ether, capturing its immense energy potential, but in a much safer and more controllable medium. Its primary advantage as a power source is its ability to offer the best of both worlds. But its creator might argue its attractive purple hue is the real benefit. Okay. So we have blue Aether, which is the most natural, I guess. And then we have red Aether, which is unstable and used a lot for weaponry powering. And then what should call it? Harmonic Aether, which is a purple Aether hue. Bit more balanced. You get a lot more energy out of it, but it's more stable. So that's probably the rarest form of Aether we're gonna find, I assume, but also probably the most valuable because of its ability to be used in so many areas. Cool. Just wanted to check off some of those red dots before we continue. So, Gia walks into the bar. We decided to grab the booze hounds thing because he's sleeping and he's not using it. Then we're gonna have a chat with Mr. Morgan. Mr. Morgan is like, "Hey, how you doing? Business is good. We're hosting some high tier clientele later tonight, so can't have you here too long." Um, then Gia tells Mr. Morgan that we want to see Wilson. Just kind of figure out where Wilson is. Apparently, he's missing his shift today. And the uncle and Gia's uncle isn't here to kind of connect with Wilson. And Morgan is kind of just egging us on a little bit, just with glances. Nothing too forward, but like, hey, you gonna do anything? Try something. Okay. His eyes meet mine, challenging me to say anything, to reach for my piece, to balk, maybe even cry. Slowly inhale. It's too early to let some high-nosed stiff get his kicks in, so I smile.
I'm missing an Apollo Diamond picture to be here, Morgan. Help a girl out. The bartender frowns while he polishes a small tumbler. He's expecting me. I don't intend to make him wait. Do you? That did the trick. He reaches his hand under the counter, slowly. A part of me waits for a fiery roar of buckshot to tear through the mahogany. Instead, I hear a click and muted bell.
They'll be with you shortly, Miss Rendazzo. I assume you can show yourself out afterwards.
A familiar scent fills the air and blazy smoke drifts to the corner of my eye, drawing my attention to a darkened booth.
I want to talk with Morgan more. Because are Wilson and Mr. Blank the same guy? I guess. But it was making like a distinct difference. So it feels weird that...
The table's already set. A narrow beam of light splits the booth. On my side, a glass of my favorite whiskey. On the other, an ember held in the hands of a man more shadow than flesh.
Drink.
Excuse me, Mr. Blanc, but I'm here for business, not pleasure. The ember leans closer. I sweat under its pointed gaze.
Very well. A shame, Randazzo.
He stubs out the pleasantries with his dying cigarette. Onto a new smoke. Onto business.
A young woman from the Heights requests transport to the Lowers. Nowhere in particular.
The Heights? What's some girl from upstairs want in the slums?
I don't care. She requested discretion.
Where's Wilson? Morgan looks worse for wear out there. The yellow flame flashes on caught breath.
Mr. Wilson is no longer under my employ.
Oh.
Shame. He owes me money. Know where I can find him?
He's gonna be my Dracula for this run. That man's owed me $20.
The booth darkens to a silent gloom. Even the embers quiet their dull murmurings as Mr. Blanc leans forward again.
You'd do best to forget Mr. Wilson. Him and those he associated with. Or you too will find yourself out of my employ.
I like the design work on this guy. Like, his overcoat has this kind of scaled look to him. And so the way he breathes out his little smoke gives him that really draconic feel. Especially in the shade of the booth. It's very nice.
I'd struck a nerve, one that ran deep. Too deep for me to feel comfortable going any further. Mr. Blanc is a monster in his own right. I don't want to know what ghosts haunt his closet. Sounds too easy.
For you, Randazzo, too easy is all you get. For now.
And if she brings in heat from the Heights,
Hmm.
She seemed like the type to cause trouble? If she's getting into my car, I need to know what to expect.
She is young, naive, harmless. No threat to you.
You're the one who knows things, and that's all you know?
Nice work, Gia. Nice work.
The girl's hiding. I found her buying passage from an unsavory sort, and I offered her an alternative. She's desperate, and she had money.
That was nothing, but more than I could have hoped from a man who charges a premium on information. I'll get it done in a few hours. And maybe next time we talk, the work will require more than my babysitting skills.
Your reputation is mud, Randazzo. This is charity. Do the job. You'll be paid. Half your usual.
Seventy-two. What are my stats? Okay, hero talents. Okay. Okay. You level up, each hero gets talent point if you spend. Everybody has different talents. Increase your talent proficiency to more likely succeed in dialogue talent checks and unlock new skills. Increasing talent can unlock new skills. These skills grant your heroes new abilities and bonuses when they are part of your crew. See all your heroes unlock skills on the right. So we got nothing in brass. So it's just that all the rolls right now are easy, but I have no buffs. Half my usual. Good to know. Okay, so I'm gonna go with Smooth Talker. Less of a chance to stack heat on me. provided you can afford his fee, of course. Ooh, a strata. So we got the heights. They say it's where the future is being made. Yeah, right. Whose future? New York City's loftiest district, reserved for only its wealthiest and most well-connected citizens. Its immaculate streets and shining edifices represent an impossible dream for most New Yorkers, who can only gaze upward at it longingly, like the ancient Greek rabble at the foot of the mountain of the gods. It's also home to the Helicline Institute of Aethonics, the HIA, nestled in the sprawling campus known, quite fittingly, as Olympus Park. The Uppers. Someday, Zio. Someday. I'll call this place home. Soaring skyscrapers, cut clean concrete, and gilding along every edge might suggest the Uppers is a place of prosperity. And that may be true. But who gets to prosper, and who pays the cost, is a question nobody dares ask. Many Lowers denizens who dodge gunfire and disease on a daily basis dream of a life among the sleek sidewalks and manicured public parks of the Uppers. But few achieve the means to make that dream come true. That reckless hope never dies, which is the magic and the lie at the heart of New York City. The Lowers. I'd look up when I was younger and wonder where the edges of the Lowers really were. How many islands filled the skies? Well, I've counted them, and the answer isn't as romantic as I'd hoped. A collective colloquial term for the mass of New York City. Islands floating closest to ground level. The Lowers is exactly what it sounds like. The city's dirtiest, dingiest, and most destitute, and most dangerous neighborhoods. Any money to be found is clutched in the grasp of a greedy few. Any opportunity comes at a high cost, and any hope is like a glimpse of the shining heights through a passing cloud, fleeting and far out of reach. Okay. So we're starting out in the Strata, Astoria Bay. Okay. Enforcement's lax, plenty of escape routes, my kind of place. Silverfoot James over at Foxy's still owes me a drink. A small Uppers island run by the Glass Baron, who cultivates an air of mystery and takes a reclusive, hands-off approach to the affairs of their barony. As a result, its quiet streets hide countless clandestine dens of crime and vice. Okay. The glass cage. Imagine being so safe you need a glass floor to get a thrill. Life in the Uppers. One of the oldest and most successful bars in the Uppers. The ambiance of the glass cage attracts the rich and well-connected from across the city. Its famous glass bottom provides breathtaking views of old New York and provides patrons that lofty feeling of being above it all, both literally and figuratively. It's also the source of its proprietor's primary business, knowing things he shouldn't, and connecting interested parties with markets of questionable legality. And then we already went through the Aether. Unlock. Alright.
My eyes dart to the back door. If things go sideways, I'm a quick sprint from the exit. A string of yellow cabs idle at the curb, their vultures squawking at a young woman standing on the sidewalk, barely 20. She's a bird of paradise, too colorful for the drab concrete jungle around her. Obvious was right. That's the one. One of the buzzards has her cornered. The girl's smile is a mask. She's being polite, but she doesn't realize how ugly this could get. Hey, beat it. This fare's mine. The cabbie gawps at me, stunned I dare intrude on his meal ticket. He sneers and turns back to the girl possessively.
You pay her no mind, doll. Listen, do you like music?
I step forward and dig the snout of my pistol into the unwashed folds of his exposed neck. At the cold touch of iron, he lets out a little rat squeak. Now that's music.
I love the one.
Oh boy,
You're with me, Principessa. The girl locks eyes with me and instantly puts the pieces together. She's a fast one.
thanks ever so much, but my friend's here. Have a nice day.
She trots over to me. The buzzards grumble and fly off, on the prowl for their next piece of roadside meat, leaving one stubborn hanger-on to squawk.
You better watch your back, girlie. We'll see you later.
That sure was scary. I didn't realize. Thank you, Miss Smuggler?
I give her a once-over, like a filament warming up inside a bulb. Her shaken nerves are slowly replaced with a beaming smile. My silence doesn't seem to deter her optimism.
So, you're my driver. I'm Nellie. Well, Dr. Eleanor Reinhardt, technically, but please, Nellie's fine.
Oh. Okay then. Okay then.
Name's Gia. So, doctor, huh?
That's right. My degree's in theoretical aethonics. I did my dissertation on Cherenkov radiation's impact on Aether particulate flux. Columbia, then NYU for postgrad. Such a gorgeous campus. Have you been?
Can't say I have.
It's pretty close to the Helicline Institute of Aethonics. Olympus Park is what most people call it. Where I work. Or worked, anyway.
She fidgets with her big, overstuffed briefcase. Something about it bothers me. This isn't your average rich socialite clutching her purse in a rough part of town. She's clinging to it like a life raft.
I hope you don't mind me saying so, but you make quite a striking impression.
The girl's eyes sparkle with curiosity. She's a bright little thing. Smart, switched on. And she's doing an admirable job of hiding how scared she really is. Her voice drops to a conspiratorial whisper.
Are you really a smuggler?
Depends who's asking.
Well, I am silly. How does one become a smuggler anyways?
Usually not by choice.
Wowzers.
Uh-huh. My car's this way. Come on. I get an itchy feeling, like we're being watched. This whole thing has me off kilter, like walking into a room without turning on the lights.
fighting union corruption. Hmm. Interesting. Well, nothing like, but I can't help it. I'm fond of the kid. Maybe we got more in common than I think. Brilliant Aether scientist and child prodigy, with a sunny disposition and mysterious problem. Dr. Eleanor Nellie Reinhardt arrived in the uppers clutching a briefcase and looking for a ride to the lowers. After narrowly escaping an incident at the Helicline Institute, the brave and somewhat naive young idealist decided to take her investigation of the well to its source, and got herself entangled in the dangerous world of lowers in the process. So it sounds like she's looking into like the source of Aether, and like what it is, and like why we have this tool now that allows us to defy gravity in such a way. Sorry, just find notifications. Okay, so to the ferry terminal. Back to Story Bay.
We step into my ride. I twist the ignition, and we set off. I catch the girl scanning the interior, her eyes taking everything in. So, where am I dropping you off? The lowers is pretty big.
Oh, anywhere, really. I'm sure I'll find my way where I need to.
There's only sincerity in that voice. Mr. Blanc wasn't kidding. This really is a babysitting job.
Ooh, what's that button do?
Yeah, don't press that.
Ah, so it must be some type of modification. I bet it's a supercharger. They always have those in the comics. Oh, I know. It's an ejector seat. Wait, it's not for the passenger side, is it?
She's not even really talking to me. Her motor mouth is just spinning out of control. Gotta learn what the hell's going on with this easy transport. The faint smell of ash fills the car. A spent handkerchief hides in her palm. Small Aether burns scar her fingertips. Not an ounce of luggage other than the case. Doc has something to hide. So where are you going, kid? Family? Friends?
Oh, no. I'm here all by myself.
Anywhere you planning on visiting? I'm not much of a tour guide.
That's my own business. Thank you.
You're running from someone. By the looks of it, you barely got away. So, what's some pampered lab rat doing on the run? You steal something in that case of yours? The girl's shocked silent. Lies and half-truths run across her eyes, but none of them make the cut. I had her dead to rights. Don't worry, kid. You're not the first with a story like that.
That's not my story. Well, not all of it. I didn't steal anything, I swear.
She looks out the window, quiet and still. Last thing I need is some Heights drama following me down here and ruining an easy payday. While we're talking, my eyes keep getting pulled to the rear view like it's a magnet. I can't shake the feeling we're not alone. I juke down a couple service paths and hop across an access junction. Sure enough, when we pop back onto street level, the same dark shape is lurking behind us. Hang on to something, kid. This might get bumpy. I pop open the hidden compartment under the dash and point to it. The girl catches on almost instantly, and there's only a moment of hesitation before she shoves her briefcase inside.
You're on the island. Click on the location. To view info, instead of your destination, click on it again or press space to travel there. You can also right-click to travel instantly. Okay. Might encounter unexpected events along your route. After an event, it will return to the map. You can continue your journey by pressing space, or click on the destination again. Or you can choose a new destination. Okay.
I catch a glimpse of the man tailing us. He's got the easy posture and the liquid metal smile of a seasoned killer. In the rear view, his eyes burn like ice above a jagged scar.
No! How did he find me?
Who?
Time you came home, darling.
Mm. What is going on with his shirt? Is that a zipper or? Huh. Like he has a tie clip with no tie? I don't know what's going on there. The vest and the coat, love it. That shirt just throws me. Let's do it.
Nellie, who is that?
Looks like you found a little tour guide, Eleanor. Got no quarrel with you, smuggler. Pull over, and you can drive away clean.
We can't,
Okay,
Gia.
I'm
Please, we can't.
Gotta finish the job.
Don't worry, kid. Just keep your head down. This will be over soon.
Okay. Oh. Alright. Enemy vehicles can be damaged by selecting a weapon from an enemy vehicle to shoot. Each weapon can only be used once per turn. Hover over locations to preview your path. Click on a location and move there. Moving forward, cost more to move back. Okay. Combine attacks and movement by selecting an ability and choosing a location to use it. Oh, those are bystanders, yeah, don't want to hit them. I say, how much battery do I have? 16? Okay. How's it looking? 24, okay. Why does it only work on that side? I'm not trying to hit bystanders. Yep, and so with that, I'm out of battery. Let me actually move up here.
It doesn't have to go like this.
Back to full. I like it. safe for now. What is that?
Give it up!
Oh, road change. That's not good. At least he's pretty beat up. He got 6 damage left. Perfect. Shotgun. Why are you going on
Another notch on the dash.
Oh, because it's only on that.
My insurance
get
don't
it.
cover this kind of monkey business.
Sorry, bystander. I'm still learning about the car.
We did it, Gia! He's gone!
That was too easy. We need to get off this island. Now.
Yes, yes, we do. 30 scrap. Nice.
Stop! All vehicles leaving Astoria Bay require an exit permit.
I got my papers. Verified this morning by...
All exit permits from before noon today are considered void. You'll have to acquire a new permit inside the terminal.
You're kidding me.
Look, maybe there is some other arrangement we can reach. I flash a clip of greenbacks underneath my outstretched expired permit. The guard looks unimpressed. Damn upper snobs, too good for money.
Ma'am, that might fly where you're from, but not up here. You'll have to get a permit like everyone else. Now move.
He waves me on, and I drive towards an open spot near the entrance of the terminal. People mill about, laughing in the sun, but something's off. The world feels grainy and sluggish, like I'm wading through sand. I need to keep the girl close. There's not a dark cloud in the sky or a black hat in the crowd, but my shoulders remain tense. We're killing time in a sea of hard limbs, well-used pocket watches, and dull chatter, waiting for a permit. Bureaucracy moves slow in the uppers without the right type of love to grease the wheels.
Gia? Are you sure we can't take my briefcase? It's very important.
Better off out of sight than getting swiped in a pickpocket's hunting ground. See that? I nod and put a spotlight on an act I've played myself. A gal trips into a gentleman. The gentleman goes to help her. And the bag he's briefly forgotten about glides away in the hands of her partner.
Jeepers! Oh, that poor man. We
should do nothing. Right now, we keep our heads down and avoid bringing attention to ourselves.
Oh.
Look, no one's prying my stash open, and I've got an eye on the car. Besides, we'll be back in the Chimera in no time.
I love the card name.
Right. We're... what's the phrase? Staying low. I'm just worried because... Oh, Gia, look! Cotton clouds! Oh, I haven't had uppers candy in years.
The girl runs off, leaving me to idle in line. She's like a bird from a cage. Bright eyes sparkle as she flits at every vendor between her and the cotton cloud stand. The speakers call out names with far more cheer than they deserved. Dreamland, Nation's Crusade, and so on. None were ours. My neck itches at every careless shoulder bump and lingering eye. Nobody unusual, but the itch doesn't quit. The vendor sculpts pink and blue clouds for passengers in search of a sweet souvenir. Nellie looks ready to buy out the whole stand. The girl seems determined to stay obvious. We've still got time before the ferry leaves, but I growl as I give up my spot in line and beat feet after her. The girl's busy drilling the vendor about sugar to syrup ratios. I throw a look and she focuses on picking out a flavor. A stick of cotton later, I heard her back in line. Unfortunately, it hasn't moved. I let her get in a few sweet bites before I feed her something bitter. What did that scarred-up black hat want with you? Her face falls mid-bite. The pink cloud sags like a lead balloon.
I've thought of at least 5 different ways to explain it, but it's complicated. Usually I'd ask someone for advice, but he's not here.
We're doing this the hard way.
You knew who that was. You'd seen him before. Who is he?
I don't know.
You do.
That wasn't your average tracker. He was big time. Someone you hire when there's no room for error. Someone with deep pockets is after you. And that black hat's not going to give up till he's finished the job. The girl's whole body gives up with a single deep breath. She seems almost relieved to spill the beans.
He's the reason I ran. I saw him at Olympus Park. I saw what he did.
And I'm guessing he didn't want any witnesses.
Gia, I don't know what he's going to do.
Nothing is what. Not while you're with me. She perks up at the small glint of hope, and I give her a half-hearted smile. It's one thing to deal with a tracker, but if this guy is a hired killer too, I need to be more careful. Look, kid, I got shot at for you. I was told to expect a simple transport, and now I'm stuck looking over my shoulder. You owe me a whole lot more than it's complicated. What's in the case?
I'm sorry. You're right. And I'm sorry you got shot at. It's my research. It's very important, but I don't know why anyone else would want it.
I give her a side eye. I need the whole picture, but all I'm getting is an unfinished canvas.
It's the well.
What about it? So a bodega sign falls off and disappears every now and then. Neighborhood's already coming to pieces anyhow.
It's expanding. Getting bigger. Stronger. It's going to get bad, Gia. Really bad.
You're pulling my leg.
No! I swear, Gia! The car!
I know I did not just let somebody steal my car. Of all the things to go wrong today, Gia, you literally let somebody steal the car?
Minutes. I'd only taken my eyes off the car for a few damn minutes. Time stops long enough for me to catch the tail end. The glare of green lights, the lift of red-white metal, and the blur of a black hat. They took my car.
Gia! My research was in the car. What are we going to do?
We're going, now. Ferry's here. I know a place we can hide on board, but we gotta move.
But...
No buts, kid. Move. If they've got the car, we've got to assume they're on our tail. We stick to the plan, get to the lowers, and hole up somewhere safe. After that, we're gonna figure out how you're getting my car back.
Nice.
The hole is a barrenless refuge, rotting and hidden in a forgotten corner of the city. It offers sanctuary to every soul who finds freedom at the end of a gun or the bottom of a bottle. It is the safety of the shadows.
Just gotta take a second to enjoy the soundtrack.
Oh, is this your hideout, Gia? It's like a pirate's cove or a raider's den.
More like a sinkhole. Watch your step, kid. You'll sooner run into a back alley mugger than a swashbuckler out here.
So, what's next? We need to formulate a strategy.
My place. I need a drink. And you need to finish explaining what the hell got my car stolen.
Interesting. I feel like brass is very useful, but not what I want to do. I think what I want to do... It lies somewhere between hustle and smarts. For now, I think I've seen more smooth talker prompts come up. But yeah, I'm probably gonna max smooth talker and then gumshoe, and then see where we go from there. Who's the black hat? What'd you get me into, kid? Mysterious black-hatted assailant, trailing Gia and her charge has plenty of firepower and enough scars to make a carpenter's hands jealous. His motive, his goal, and his mission are all still murky, but his methods are crystal clear. Home sweet, stinky, shifty home. The history of the hole is as patchy as its walkways and walls. Originally a swath of agricultural marshland owned by the Radish Kings of Long Island, it was later partially developed for housing, becoming a border town between boroughs. With poor civic support and worse infrastructure, it quickly became a place for lost things, junk, and dead bodies. Now, as a place that's hard to find even for those inclined to look, it's a refuge for only the truly depressed or truly desperate. The well. Here we go. You ever get the feeling you're ignoring something important? Nah, me neither. Perhaps New York's most distinct and troubling landmark, the well is a gravity anomaly looming just beyond the city's skylines. Everyone has their theories to its origins, but nobody disputes its destructive storm-like effects. Those in the relative comfort of the heights might not pay it any mind, but to the souls in the lowers who contend with its bizarre shifts in gravity, disappearing pets and belongings, and crumbling infrastructure, it's a very real and immediate fact of life. If people weren't so busy trying to survive daily life in the lowers, they might have time to stop and worry about how it only seems to get bigger and bigger.
While the Joneses have their gilded wallpaper, all I have is a head full of some days. Unfortunately, dreams don't provide much of a view when your eyes are open. I still have that new edition of BAM to read. Later.
Nice.
New York City's bigger than the world that holds it. A single filing cabinet couldn't contain it all, but I always found a way to keep it stocked with everything I need. What would you do here, Zio? Say the job's over, cut the girl, and run? Would definitely save me from a headache.
Oh, so Zio is Alfonso. Huh. I would have thought Zio was someone else entirely.
Zio always told me to have a way out. This old greenhouse has plenty of windows that offer that very service. Would hate to break one on a quick getaway, though. Finally, the first drop of real sunshine all day. I can last one more day. The way she holds herself is too bright for my apartment, too colorful. Everything feels smaller, the space between the shrinking walls taken up by her testimony.
I've been tracking growth patterns around gravitational anomalies. The well's always been an unusual case. It goes through the occasional spike and ebb, but it's always stabilized, eventually. My colleagues and I, were supposed to meet and discuss what to do about the well.
Hey, Trey.
But I was late. I would have been inside already if it hadn't been for Professor Gardner. He discovered something was wrong first. He tried to get me away, and because of me, he...
She trembles, leaving the unspoken sound of a falling body to echo off the walls.
What is up is today we're demoing Aether and Iron. It's a... how do I put it? It's an indie game. I think it's an indie game, but it's kind of a text adventure slash D&D skill check with a little bit of turn-based combat in there as well. Type of game set in the kind of a steampunk sci-fi 1930s New York, where we have this technology called Aether that helps society defy gravity. So there's a bunch of floating islands and things, and this girl Nellie, she's a doctor researching Aether and has found one of the anomalies caused by Aether seems to be getting more unstable, and so she's gotten in a spot of trouble for that and is running away. And then the character we play as, Gia, is smuggling her away from some of the islands that are higher up and more classy into the kind of more lower grungy islands where she hopes to be safer from the guys who are after her. But on our way down, Nellie's research got stolen, and so did Gia's car, because Nellie's research was in the car. So we went down to Gia's apartment, because that was the task, that was the smuggling job. So one job fulfilled, but now we got to get the car back. So yeah, that's what we're up to today. Gonna play most of this demo, depending on how long it goes. Yeah, I still got like an hour and a half at the very least. So I'll probably play through this entire demo, hopefully. If not, then I'll finish it up on Wednesday. But yeah, it's been a really fun time so far. Really enjoying the kind of gumshoe detective-esque vibe of it. Like, I really love things that are set in the 20s and 30s. Like Spider-Man Noir coming out pretty soon, if it hasn't already. That's a really exciting time period for me, and I'm excited to see where they take that. And a lot of Batman, like classic Batman. There was a show Amazon Prime did. I forget, Cape Crusader. But it really gave that kind of radio show Batman feel of his early years. So you get that kind of 20s, 30s New York type feel. Like very trench coat, fedora wearing gumshoe feel to your stories. And I just love the aesthetics that come with that. Like, you get people in vests and ties, the kind of swagger to it. And even that shows up in the skills that you can master. or level rather. So Gia has all these talents that you can level up, and they affect their modifiers. So if you get a decision where you have to roll a skill check, these are some of the skills that affect it. So you can try to smooth talk your way out of things, which is what I think I wanted to do most of the time. Sometimes you can use that kind of gumshoe detective insight on things, or try to strategize and brain your way out. I think I'm definitely going to level this at some point. But for now, I kind of just want to be a bit more of a hustler. Just kind of move fast and get through things. Brass is probably going to be the last thing I level. It has its advantages, but I don't see Gia as a very fightery character. So I don't think I'm going to do that super heavily from the start. Maybe towards the end, if I have a lot of resources, she'll get some brass upgrades. But yeah, hope you've been well, Trent. Yeah, see you pop by Vicky's stream every once in a while. Get your good rest in when you need to. Yeah, drink some water. I'll probably take a sip myself. And then we'll get back into figuring out who these people are who are after Nelly.
There was an explosion. Everything burned so fast. I wanted to help, but Professor Gardner wasn't moving. That's when I saw him. Black hat. And then he saw me. I ran as fast as I could. Didn't have time to take anything else but the notes I had on me.
That's a hell of a story. So a professional killer snuck into the Heights and blew up a building just to get his mitts on you and your research. And you have no idea why.
I truly don't. Please, you have to believe me.
Your kind have been coming down here for years. They do some tests, make a big spectacle of themselves, and conclude that it's mostly harmless. Nothing more than clouds or a bad storm.
That's the thing! It should be nothing more than a cloud or a storm. For crying out loud, it's not Jupiter's red spot. Something is causing it to persist and expand.
It was just a pause. A moment where I hold back a lifetime of cynicism and disappointment. But she hears it like I'm filling the room with air raid sirens.
You live in a flying city, Gia. A city kept alive with technology so foreign 80 years ago that we'd be like gods to our grandparents. It's solvable.
Your colleagues. Tell me about them.
They were brilliant scientists, Gia. All of them. And bright and hopeful. Together, we were going to discover a better world. Find the answers to...
She holds back the grief by roaming the room with her eyes, latching onto every detail and yet ignoring every bit of it.
And they were kind. Alistair, Professor Gardner, especially. He always looked out for me. Even when I first showed up. A 16-year-old with a half-packed suitcase and too many questions. He always tried to help. Right to the end.
You're in the lowers, as requested and paid for. What were you planning once you got here?
First, I thought I'd have to find a place to live, of course. I have some money,
The girl goes paler than the moon in a crystal bath. A moment of clarity, and a possible lifetime of hopelessness.
It was in my case. All of it. I have nothing.
She looks up at me, eyes suddenly welling into baby blue pools that flood the dwindling room.
I don't have anyone I can ask for a loan. Everyone's... They're dead. All of them. He killed them. And now he's followed me here. He won't stop, will he? He's going to find me again. And I won't be able to fix the well, and...
You've got me protecting you, Nelly. He isn't going to lay a hand on you. I'll talk to someone who could help, but I need you to focus. Those goons stole my car and your briefcase, and right now, you might be the only real lead I have.
What can I do? I told you everything I know.
Not everything. I don't get it. You're from Olympus Park. You got money. And you just leave without talking to anyone?
I needed to disappear quickly. Apparently, I'm not all that good at it. I didn't have time to pack. I took the first ferry I could find, and it left me in Astoria Bay. Fortunately, when I told a very nice officer I needed to get to the lowers, he referred me to Mr. Blanc.
Knowing Mr. Blanc, that referral didn't happen by chance. He's got eyes in every dark corner of the city. If a bird from the heights flew down on an air of mystery, he'd want to know why. He called you by your name. We're looking at someone who's done his research, or someone who's got something personal on you. Got any enemies up there?
No!
You sure? You didn't piss off some other brainiac with a better showing at the science fair?
No.
You running from family? Some bigwig who made a pass at you? Jilted husband?
I'm not. I've never been married. I don't have the time or the interest. But even if I did, I haven't had any gentleman callers, or really met any gentlemen. Aside from Professor Gardner, of course, but he doesn't count. Not in that way.
This Professor Gardner's come up a few times. Who is he?
Oh, Professor Gardner, Alistair Gardner, was one of the first people recruited to the Helicline Institute. He was one of their spokesmen, too. He even oversaw my application. The other adjudicators were reluctant. Everyone else was so much more senior, and older, too. But Alistair fought for me. He called my skills and my desire for a better world a brilliant ambition. He helped look after me during my stay at Olympus Park. It helps that he supervised the lab that I worked in.
Something doesn't add up. Most of us will never see the heights, let alone Olympus Park. How'd someone like him get inside?
I don't know. Must have broken in. Or stolen access? Disguised himself, maybe? But you can't just stroll through. I had to go through an extensive vetting process to even be allowed to visit.
So he's found you twice. Once in the heights, and then again after hiding with Mr. Blanc. He'll probably track you down here, too.
You think?
She starts to retreat back into her shell. Damn it. I was just getting somewhere. If I'm going to get anything useful out of this, I gotta give her something to latch onto. Hey, look at me. This chump isn't getting away with this. I'm going to take care of him. Going to get my car and your briefcase back.
Really?
It's a matter of personal and professional pride. I don't like when people mess with what's mine. Just stay here and don't touch anything. I'll be back soon.
Wait! I'm going with you.
And why should I do that? You're a doe in headlights most of the time.
Well, for a lot of reasons, actually. For starters, I'm excellent company. I'm also smart and amazing at aethonics. I'm sure that could really come in handy out there. But if not, well, let's be honest with each other. I need you to find that man. He has my briefcase. You need your car back, and you can do that by finding him. If he's following me, then that's good news. The best way for you to find him is for him to find me. Us.
Foolhardy or brave, like going all in before the flop in a high-stakes hold'em round. I'll give the kid this much. She's earnest to a fault. Okay, but first I need to see a gal about a car. Until I'm back, stay put. Cress is already gonna be in a bad enough mood when she hears about the car. She doesn't need me ambushing her with this bundle of trouble too. Cress Carter is the only person in the hole who could sell me something with 4 repulsors and a steering wheel. Only one issue. I'm broke. Fortunately, I have something more valuable to her than a wad of cash. If there's anything that can soften bad news and a steep ask from Cress, it's fresh vinyl with a smooth baritone. I second guess leaving the girl idle in my room. She's the curious kind that could find trouble with her eyes closed and feet tied. I don't live like royalty, but I got a few shabby creature comforts around. Maybe it's enough to keep the girl's hands busy. Try one of these. Cloud Captain never fails to cheer me up.
Oh, thanks, Gia.
She starts to flip through the pages as I leave, her eyes landing longer on the page with Cloud Captain's devilish smile.
Good day.
You enjoy captaining a ferry?
It's my job.
Come on. Nobody does what you do for as long as you have if they don't love it. Right? The old man's eyes are roomy with time and pain, and a loneliness like the open sky.
I've never heard that word or seen that word before, so I'm gonna just write it out for later, because interesting. Roomy. I guess it's like wistful or something? Just based on context.
Sure, miss.
That's another.
It's a wonder an old swab like me ever got to fly. Clear skies to you.
Hey, Chris. Ooh, scrap. Scrap is good. I have no scrap right now. Nothing to repair, nothing to change. Nothing to change. Stash. Shotgun. Cool.
She works tirelessly on that arm of hers, obsessing over it, making sure that it's not useless. Sometimes I wonder if she's talking about herself more than her arm. Cress? The Hold doesn't ask much of its residents. Stay quiet, don't draw attention, find comfort in the dark. Despite growing up in Aether in the Undercity, Cress Carter refused to abide. From behind a junker made more of rust than steel, two faintly glowing points rise. Cress appears, pale, milky eyes already wary and fixed to joust.
Where's my baby, 8-Shot?
The low, angry rumble of the island's Aether generators shake the floor in protest of their nature-defying feat. I hope it stifles the sound of my pulse. This is news I don't want to break.
Worth a shot. We take those.
Yeah, about that. Is that a combustion engine you're working on? It's practically an antique.
Mr. Thompson's been holding on to this thing since he first moved here. Left her to me when he passed. She's not much now, but a few more tons of elbow grease, and she'll sing.
She stretches her prosthetic arm and tilts her head, analyzing the jagged edges of this car-shaped hunk of rust like puzzle pieces she can rearrange and solve. She's distracted, mind somewhere free and happy, when I bring her back down. Cress, I got some bad news. The car's gone. I let my guard down.
You lost it? You here then to beg for your life?
I need help getting it back. An iceberg lugged 3,000 miles from the North Pole and thrown in the corner wouldn't have made this room any colder. Cress, Look, I don't come empty-handed. Here, found this on one of my jobs.
You think you can bribe me with a Coleman Hawkins? Damn. Okay, I'm listening.
She's still out there. My guess is White Street. The thief was after something in a hidden compartment, and they won't get it open without help. White Street will take apart anything if they get to keep the parts.
I'm listening for an apology, Gia. That wasn't just your car. It was ours, Days of my blood, sweat, and tears to make it work.
You think I don't feel bad enough as is? I'm sorry, Cress. It's this job I'm on. This client, some hotshot's after her. Same punk who took the car.
Apology accepted. If you get our baby back. Now,
you already
this
know.
job. I thought you were taking things easy still. Honestly, surprised you found work at all. It's only been a year since your uncle died. How you holding up?
Work's dried up. Even the easy jobs that no one wants. What I can get is barely enough to get by.
Have you considered calling in that favor Needles owes you? He's working in White Street now. Pretty sure he could get you a job if you need it. Here, he's been busy lately.
Needles? I'm not talking to that prick, not in 100 years. Not sure who would shoot first if we saw each other again. No, Cress, not him.
So Needles, we don't mess with Needles.
Wait,
Good to know.
are you keeping tabs on him?
I gotta keep tabs on everybody.
You're not the only smuggler that's good at what they do. He's also one of the few who still runs in White Street. Aether over there don't have many options, especially with that tyrant and his constant wars.
War in White Street wasn't new, and it wasn't worth the small talk, or the bad memories that come with it. It's this client. There's something off about her.
Off? How?
Can't place it yet. Too many questions. Doesn't help that she's from the Heights.
Well, there's your problem. Anyone who lives that high up has a screw loose. Not enough oxygen. Shouldn't trust any of those airheads.
I might have to if I want to get my car back.
Be careful out there, Gia.
Not right now, Cress. I just want to stay focused, find my car. I bet by now she's in the hands of some White Street chop shop. I need your help, Cress.
2 favors, then. A car, and I assume a lead in White Street.
Her eyes go distant. She never told me who she lost when White Street's Baron executed his last purge, but she disappeared for a week afterwards. When she finally returned, someone else walked around in Cress's leather shoes. She pulls out a pencil, scribbling a symbol on an old stale coffee filter plucked from the ground.
North White Street Harbor, Pier 9. Say I sent you. You'll find some Aetherians who can help. Maybe. As for the car, got a lemon out back. Not much, but it's a start. Bring it around, and maybe I can get it working. Take these repair kits too, in case you get in a scrap.
Thank you, Chris. You're the best.
Thanks, Cress.
Yeah. Also, Gia, don't be an ass. I'll hear about it.
I'll do my best.
I find the kid where I left her. Several pages deep into the adventures of Cloud Captain.
Good.
Gia, how did the meeting go? Smoothly, I hope. Did you have to do a wheel and deal?
Worked something out. Anyway, reading break's over. Let's head out.
Already?
We need to move fast if we even want a chance of finding my car and your briefcase in one piece. Best bet? We start with White Street.
Why there? Is it a smuggler thing?
It's a hunch. White Street's whole business is sanitation and recycling. You need something disposed of on the down low? That's where you go.
was stuck on like, where's the actual card though? But it's just in the title. Okay, cool. To White Street. Classics there and high.
I don't believe in vengeful spirits. If they existed, White Street would have been torn from the sky in retribution for its decades of war. Instead, it stays floating to spite the dead, a withered shell of its former glory.
Nellie, I want you to watch me and stay close.
Why? Is something wrong?
Where would I find the time, kid? Or the heart to fill your head with graves of ash, islands on fire in the night, the thunder of war in the skies? That was years ago. But not yet.
Halt! The roads are closed until the demonstration is over. Exit your vehicle and line up for the parade.
Oh, Gia! A parade! Let's go.
If you do not comply, you will be arrested.
Fine. I needed to stretch my legs anyhow. Like a dove on an updraft, the girl flutters off as soon as her heels hit the street, following the music and fanfare to the nearby parade.
Hey, I said stay close!
Wowzers. I haven't been to one of these since I was young. Father took me to several, but those weren't as, serious. Where are the floats? The clowns? They're just soldiers. Are all parades in the lowers like this?
Just like this? No. Each Baron has their own flavor of showboating to distract from how bleak life is down here. White Street's just eager to march and flash their guns around.
Something big must be going on. Do you know what's happening?
I'm not sure what this is. White Street has been bleeding territory, money, and men for over a decade in its wars with the surrounding barons. This should be a funeral march, not a celebration. Through a hail of ticker tape, I swerve past a waving arm to get a better look at the line of soldiers. Spotless uniforms, polished guns, a show of strength that White Street hasn't been able to afford in years. When did they fill their war chest? Hey, pal, what's the occasion?
The General's unveiling his new machine. Soldiers say it's going to save the lowers.
Save the lowers? Going to take more than some new weapon to do that.
Shh! You want to get us thrown in the tomb? Smile and wave.
He applies more plaster to his smile. I glance around. He's not the only face in the crowd straining to keep the corners of their mouth upright.
I bet this new weapon is powered on that red Aether.
The cries of support echo emptily. The banners flow without enthusiasm. Like stone pushed through a sieve, the crowd forces out cheers for a devil clad in white.
The Citadel. Baron Eli. Feels like that one parade we ended up in Final Fantasy VII.
Is that the Baron of White Street? He must be really popular.
That's Eli Tillingast. Calls himself the General. They cheer because if they don't...
Burn the tyrants!
Oh no. Oh, he's crazy crazy. Huh.
One hot blast of light was all it took to disappear a crowd, stunning onlookers like a twisted magic trick. Instead of applause, cries of panic and a stampede of feet clap the pavement, while a putrid smell fills the air. My gut twists as it fights every reckless impulse to run. My stomach heaves and I double over. I don't fight it. Whatever foul taste I feel is like smelling salts compared to that acrid ozone smell. The crowd seconds from dissolving into a frenzied swarm. If I don't grab the kid and move, we're going to get trampled flat. However, we're saved by an unlikely savior.
Hold!
The Baron of White Street stands, gloved hand extended. Despite fear and panic, the crowd obeys, frozen in place by a gentle, assuring gesture.
Let the procession continue.
The music starts back up, and the world moves on Eli's command. Coerced cheers rush to fill terrified silence, while marching boots blot out the scorched earth.
The days where White Street bled tirelessly to save a debaucherous world have come to an end. We will bleed no longer. Our enemies will tremble for a weapon they cannot resist, a weapon they cannot overcome. We will demand our rightful place in the sun and rid the shadow of chaos from the lowers. We are just. We are strong. We are unsullied.
This is Game of Thrones? This is, when do you ever hear the word unsullied? Wow, okay.
He pumps his fist and the crowd answers with a deafening cheer. With all eyes back on the general and his grisly procession, I look for Nellie.
Can I use a controller though? Is the real question.
The war banners of White Street once flew over much of the lowers. I dread the day it happens again. It's only a second, but I spot a glint of metal and the curve of a black brim that resembles a scarred-up bastard. I go for my gun, but he disappears like campfire smoke in the night. Did he spot us? Or am I jumping at ghosts? I scan the whole street. Nothing. Not a hint of the black hat or my car. I decide not to mention it to the kid. After what happened, I'm jumpy enough for the both of us. Destruction like that. With weapons like these, they could reclaim everything they've lost, dragging the whole damn city back into war. God help us. These barons are no different than dictators of small countries, playing dress up and throwing their armies around like toy soldiers on the playground.
Scary, man.
Despite the carnage, the crowd's feet remain glued in place. They cheer harder, more desperate, refusing to tempt fate and its devastating new weapon.
Oh, no! That weapon, Red Aether, wasn't to ever... Oh, Gia, those people. Those poor people.
You recognize it? What the hell was that thing, Nellie?
It was never supposed to get out. Never. How did it get out? How?
She buries herself in her hands, breathing hard, wishing with every strained muscle that this nightmare would end. A part of me wants to join her.
I can't stay here, Gia. We have to go.
We can't. Not without attracting serious attention. You saw what happened. If we get caught sneaking out, we'll get shot.
Gia, please.
The kid's bloodless face moves me to glance down the procession line. The tail end's in sight, but the miserable sound from the girl has me second-guessing how long her nerves will hold. Nellie, look at me. Talk to me. Just tell me what that was.
That weapon used Red Aether, Gia. A highly volatile, highly experimental version of Aether. It's very powerful, but also very unstable. But Red Aether wasn't supposed to...
With nothing more than an empty expression, the kid clams up tighter than a 10-inch steel vise. We have to wait the parade out. Hold on just a while longer.
I understand.
The sound of lockstep boots thumping asphalt finally fades into the corpse-stained wind, and the crowd, released from their mandated joy, finally begins to disperse. Silence finds its way back into the world. All at once, the poor kid's nerves crumble like a paper cup, spilling her insides all over the now vacant street. Take it easy, kid. Slow breaths, all right?
Let's get out of here. Now, please.
Yeah, we're done.
We hope. There's something new in the codex about Aether, though. Did I? I got a ping about Aether, but like I already had the Aether thing unlocked. General Eli? Okay. Tilligast. Pageantry and brutality. Sanitation Brigade.
Enough distance passes that ash and screams and a bright, hot light start fading into a bad memory. Nellie breaks the silence.
Is White Street always this... awful?
Often enough. White Street's never shied away from putting down opposition with violence. Never heard of them using a weapon like that, though.
But those were their people. He's supposed to be the Baron. Isn't he supposed to listen to their concerns? What about due process?
Look, kid. It might work that way upstairs, but not here. The only word that matters down here is the Barons, and in White Street, the chain of command's everything. If Eli says we're going to war, you either fall in line, or you're an enemy.
One might have been bad, but the others were simply calling for peace. Where's the harm in that?
White Street tried the whole peace thing a few years ago. Someone blew them to bits during peace talks. That's not something they'll ever forget. It's around here somewhere, hidden. What was that symbol?
Are we really going into the Undercity? Will the Aether Rats let us, or are the stories true? You don't think they'll throw us off the island, do you?
Look, you can't rely on the stories you read in the papers. You want to avoid getting grounded? Don't call them Aether Rats. They're Aetheniers, and they're good people.
Wow, okay. Thank you, because I was on a completely different thing. The way Nelly talked about it, I was thinking Aether Rats were like literal mutant rats. But then Gia giving context that it's just a slur for engineers who work on Aether devices is... wow. Thanks for that.
I'm guessing you've never met one?
We probably should have taken her to see Cress after all.
No. There were rules. We weren't really supposed to interact with them. Or see them.
They don't want to be seen down here either. Too many people can't stand the idea that an island floats or sinks on the whim of an Aethenier. Figure a good rat is a scared rat.
They've done it before, haven't they? I've read of islands crashing because of Aether repulsor failure that could only be possible by sabotage.
And blow themselves up out of spite? No island falls without a Baron behind it and a list of dead Aetheniers trying to stop it. The world down here isn't one you'll find in your books. Keep that in mind. Now, where's that door? Careful strokes of paint form an innocuous symbol of a rat matching the sketch Cress gave me. This is the right place.
I wanted to see the other stuff. Man.
Shopping for trouble? Or just sightseeing real close?
Jeepers! Gia?
A pauper. One of the murderous specters slithering freely through every pipe, waiting to brutalize passers-by. If you listen to the stories. Scary as he is, he's more sentinel than specter. Looking for you, actually. We're friends of Cress Carter. She sent us to ask about a missing car.
Cress Carter?
Strange. Cress's name should mean something. Either he's greener than he looks or he doesn't trust my word. I might need something to loosen his tongue.
Have 30.
If he knows more about Cress than what he's saying, there's gotta be a crack in his mask. I reach back for anything to respond with. Something that Cress may have said about a relationship with White Street's Aetheniers. I come up with nothing but blind guesses. Think she mentioned you. You the one who owes her money?
Stop wasting my time with things you know nothing about.
We're not looking for trouble. Like I said, just need info.
Could be a couple of terriers, maybe some topsiders looking for some fun.
Just look at her. And if either of us were terriers, you and I both know this conversation would have gone very differently.
You're right, she doesn't. Too shiny. Looking to see how the other half live, eh, sweetheart?
I beg your pardon. I'm not a terrier, whatever those are, and I am not some tourist.
A terrier, sweetheart. Are the ugly bastards who keep us Aetherians in line. That's how I got these.
Mark in his forearm? That's wild. And I assume it's not just a pen mark, but like a knife slash to like really mark it on his skin.
Every slip up and slowdown adds to the contract, and I mark each one so they don't get from me a second more.
There's so many.
I'll be paying off my time till the day I die, and hopefully not a moment longer.
I'm looking for a car. 35 Chimera.
Pretty fancy. And what would a car like that be doing in a place like this?
Some goon in a black hat stole it. Figured he'd try to dump it once he got what he wanted.
Pity.
Rip my scrap metal, man.
Name's Gia Randazzo. Who are you if you don't know Cress Carter?
Maybe I know her. Don't know you. Neither of you.
Well, if what you need is an introduction, my name is Dr. Eleanor Reinhardt. Pleased to meet you.
Don't shake hands with strangers, let alone topsiders.
He threatens to disappear back into the shadows and leave us without a way in. But then he pauses.
Doctor? What type of doctor?
Oh, theoretical aethonics. Now, I don't have the experience one of you Aetheniers have with the practical side, but I do know my way around an Aether core. I was actually hoping I could find out a little more about maintenance techniques down here.
You know anything about hydraulic engineering?
No, but I'm a quick study.
You're having a problem with your water supply?
Something we can work with.
War's changed priorities for the Undercity. Water's being rerouted, and there's not enough of the good stuff to go around.
Is it a filtration issue? Something pressure related? Or does it have to do with the temperature regulation?
Don't know. Sounds like you might know a thing or two, though.
The pauper sinks deep into thought. We might as well be having a conversation with a statue.
Friends with Cress Carter, huh? All right.
Yes!
The armed shadow stares blankly towards us, his pale blue glass eyes casting unknown intent at me and the kid before pounding the space behind him.
And watch yourself.
He melts back into the industrial decay behind him, never once taking his eyes off us. His disembodied voice echoing out one last time.
Or you'll see us again real soon.
Every darkened cranny becomes a potential peephole while we stand there. Like walking to confession blindfolded in a packed cathedral. I can feel hundreds of unseen eyes watching, waiting for a single misstep.
He gave me the heebie-jeebies. Do you think he...
She's interrupted by a gush of stale air riding the echoes of countless thumping Aether machines.
Topsiders? Why are you here? Hurry, out with it, we're busy.
Lexi, shh. If Harold let them through.
Harold? Okay.
Harold's been wrong before.
Hello, I'm Maria. This is my husband, Alexander.
You pregnant, Maria, or just tired?
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Nellie. This is Gia. We're not here to bother you while you work on... Oh, is that part of an Aether substructure power converter? I've always wondered about the older infrastructure.
Nellie, that's not why we're...
Right. Gia's friend, Cress, she's an Aethenier also. She sent us here because we need your help to find this car of ours that has some important stuff hidden away inside.
Too desperate, too vulnerable. I lob a cough towards Nellie, hoping she'd quit her rambling so I could get a word in.
Cress sent you? That girl. Fine, let's hear it.
These tunnels.
They're so big. Where did they go? Everywhere? Can you get to any part of the island from here? Have you ever gotten lost?
I've known too many smugglers who've disappeared trying to find their way through Aether rat tunnels. Success promises an unseen and untraceable smuggling route. Failure costs you your life.
No. Aether rats don't get lost. We can smell our way through miles of...
Lexi, would you cut that out, please? It's an innocent enough question.
This tunnel can get you through most of the barony. If you know where you are going. But don't try it. You'll end up stuck in the dark or taking a one-way trip to Old New York.
You and Cress close.
We're Aether rats. We're all related. One big happy family.
Lexi, don't be an ass. They're Cress's friends. At least be nice for her sake.
She's running around with all these topsiders causing trouble. And now she risks the three of us. She should know better.
It's a subtle movement. Alexander sends an involuntary glance towards Maria's abdomen before matching my eyes. I couldn't be sure if he was angrier that I caught him, or that he slipped something so personal. A 35 Chimera, dumped recently. Have you seen anything? Alexander breaks his scowl with an impish eye and a cracked smile. He knows exactly what we want, and he is going to wring us dry for it.
Maybe. We'll need something in return, though. Harold says you know hydraulic engineering. Is this true? Can you create substitute filtration parts?
With the right equipment and a blueprint, maybe? I don't have any on hand, though. I'd also need time to formulate possible solutions.
Maybes are not enough. We need working parts, now. Eli's new war means that all non-essential requisitions are delayed. That includes water filtration equipment for the Undercity. Now, our water is becoming Aether-tainted.
That's not good.
We can't afford any more of us getting sick. Eli's terriers are already forcing longer and longer shifts to compensate for the fewer numbers.
That's terrible. Of course we'll help. We'll get you everything you need. How do we...
Hang on a sec. Before we agree to anything, I need to know what we're getting into. How much is this info going to cost me?
Water filtration parts, new ones. 1 or 2 crates should do the trick. The more the better.
How'd any part of White Street lose out on clean water? I thought that's all Eli cared about, aside from his wars.
Our water is kept separate from the rest of the barony's supply. That way, terriers can reward us with clean water if we run low.
With our own supply of fresh water becoming smaller, we have to use water tainted by Aether use. Or find ways to make the terriers give us extra.
Why would Eli risk the lives of his Aethoniers? You keep his islands afloat. If you all start falling sick, his islands are going to start dropping too.
That's just poor rope ladder.
We've asked his terriers the same question. All we get back is, get back to work.
Aethoniers should have priority. But Eli's leaving you without water?
Should be, but the barony's quartermaster says the war means less for us and more for the army.
He's a good man at heart. We have leeway with him, more than with the other officers, but...
Ratsuko's a soldier, not a man. He's choked us from the supplies we need for years. Now, with the war, he has every excuse to squeeze tighter.
You'll have those parts. But I'll want to know where my car is as soon as we're back.
You have a deal. Thank you.
Don't trust the quartermaster. And watch yourself around the scrapyard. It's a dangerous place. And Gia!
The man leans forward, grabbing my arm and pulling me in close out of earshot of his wife.
Don't cover my kid. Don't mess up now.
Do not bring any heat back here. If you risk the safety of my family, then you can consider your car lost for good.
Yeah. He's a new dad. Dude is scared of everything in the world. That is great characterization. Well done, well done.
Here. This address used to house a friend of the rats. It's empty now. Use it to lie low if you can't help yourself from getting into trouble.
Alex releases his stone grip and a slip of paper into my hand. Nellie takes his quick, hushed intercession as a desperate request for success.
will get everything you need. I promise.
Poor kid. She has no idea.
Yeah, smash two words together. Makes sense. Oh. I kind of noted it with Cress, but now I'm realizing that Alex and his wife, I just forgot her name that fast, both had the glowing blue eyes as well. That is cool little lore tidbit. Interesting. Okay. Car. Water filter birds. Track this one. Oh yeah, I can see what
Among
the
the fleet of crates, I spy one out of step. Whoever had nailed this one shut had done a hack job, leaving behind a wobbly lid and a crack just big enough for a finger.
Nice.
I stick my finger through the hole, angling past jagged slivers and crooked nails until I find a solid grip. I pull, fighting the groaning, shuddering lid. It gives up with a pop.
Ooh. Free stuff. Good. In the scrapyard. Okay.
We're stopped at a checkpoint manned by White Street officers whose sneers are tighter than their uniforms. I get the feeling these are no shift-clocking schlubs. All whitecaps stink like rotten pork, but these ones seem to be wrapped in fancier dumplings.
Who are they?
If I had to guess, White Street Intelligence. General Eli's secret police.
Oh boy.
You just had to mention dumplings, Gia. Okay, after stream, what time is it now? 9:30. So I will go at the very least until 10. Probably a little longer, but at the very least until 10. Then afterwards, I'm making myself some dumplings. I have some in the freezer. I just gotta like do the oil and water and pan to fry them right. But yeah, they gonna be good. Late night dumplings. Woo woo. Probably play some Rivals or some TFT as well. TFT, yeah. Because I want to be able to actually eat food while I play. Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
You said it. Just keep cool.
Not the secret police. Ugh.
After a moment of tense quiet, they wave us through.
All right, move along.
Apparently, we're not the particular field mice these hawks are hunting for, and I'm not about to give them a second chance to swoop. As we burn Aether and leave them behind, I let out a breath I didn't realize I'd been holding.
Whew. I hope that won't be a problem on the way back.
I hope so too. I hope so too.
If the lifeblood of White Street is industrial refuse, then the scrapyard is its beating heart. From his steel parapet overlooking the yard, the quartermaster governs this realm of rubble with determination. The quartermaster is a decorated veteran and displays his war memorabilia with pride. Strikes me as odd. From what I've heard about the Philippines, wouldn't you want to forget? Not while he's here. Like his scrapyard, the quartermaster's in a perpetual state of activity. Maybe a nice turkey club once in a while might have resulted in fewer gray hairs for the old soldier. I spot a crate of water filter parts inside the quartermaster's office. Can't lift him while he's standing there, though.
Good.
The quartermaster would have a friendly, likable face if it wasn't lined with the stress and fatigue of a lifetime of devotion to Eli. It's clear as we approach he's neglecting 7 other things by talking to us. Sergeant Major Lutzko. I'm Gia Rendazzo, and this is Nellie.
Pleasure, girls. Sorry about the state of things around here. I don't often host such fine company. What brings you to the scrapyard?
It's a pleasure to meet you as well. You see, we're looking for...
Just a few minutes of your time, then we'll get out of your hair. Sir, how do you get along with the Aethoniers in White Street?
They keep to their own, mostly. That's fine by me. Why?
Well, they're not getting the supplies they need to survive, you see.
And you're what? They're lawyers or something?
You just had to say something, Nelly. Oh. Good to know. Lower the heat, I can hustle better. Higher the heat, I can't. Okay. And more enemies in combat. Okay.
His eyelid twitches. He's getting impatient already.
How do I lower the heat? Right. I do have the smooth talker bonus, so I'm probably going to do that, but I want to ask about
So I take it you served with General Tillinghast, is that right? Where were you posted?
Yeah, the Philippines. Tough tour. Wouldn't have made it without the General. Saved my sorry hide more times than I care to count. Ah, but you don't want to hear about all that.
I think you must have been very brave to do what you did. And it's plain to see you and the General are very close. He's lucky to have you around, I think.
You're sweet as a Georgia peach, ain't you? Thanks, Missy. He's an extraordinary man. A real visionary, you know?
It's all about bootlicking.
And what's he envisioning for White Street exactly?
The General's been beating back the Huns at our gates for as long as anyone can remember. You mark my words, ladies. These islands will never fall. And one day they'll be shinier than the heights.
Stars fill the old soldier's eyes, a proud stiffness rejuvenating his weary frame. Talking about his boss transforms him into a younger and more zealous figure. It's almost tender, in a strange, skin-crawling kind of way. You deal with a lot of lawyer types?
There are Aethonier lawyers? Do they go to law school? Can they go to law school? What sort of law do they practice?
The sneaky kind, sweetheart. Yes, the rats have pet snakes, and thankfully, no, we don't get a lot of them up here. They're nothing but trouble.
Oh.
Burrowed into their libraries of theirs, poring over contracts, looking for loopholes, taking advantage of the system, making a lot of red tape and wasted time for people like me.
He scowls. I decide it's best we ease off. Well, that's just what we want to avoid. Forget I said anything. Look, you whitecaps are all about honor, right? You understand what an oath is. We made a promise to help these people, and we intend to keep it.
Where you two been hiding, huh? White Street could use a couple more women like you. Ah, hell. Look, I'm really busy. I'm gonna be in my office, stuck staring at paperwork. I assume you can show yourselves out? You follow?
It isn't permission. The old bastard would kill me if we ever ended up on opposite sides of a fight. But it's a chance. Yes, we do. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time, sir.
Yeah, thanks for dropping by, ladies.
With a forced smile, he picks up a clipboard and walks off, shouting orders down at machine operators, and leaving us to look out over the yard alone. The gangway behind us squeals under a heavy step, and I turn to see a black-clad stiff trying to pass us a counterfeit smile. He puts down a half-drunk carton of milk and goose steps into our path, ever so politely blocking our exit.
That's not good.
Good afternoon. Intelligence Officer Randall Pitt. And you are?
His feet are welded to the iron below, and the pins on his jacket identify him as one of the highest-ranking hogs in the White Street Pen. There's no moving this one unless he wants to move. Gia Randazzo, and this is my sister, Nell.
A pleasure, madams. And what, may I ask, is the purpose of your meeting with Quartermaster Lutzko today?
What's it to you, Mac? The officer's eyes flick upward, scanning my face with the practiced arrogance of a bully who's never had to throw a single punch. I return his gaze with a frosted steel stare of my own.
Miss Randazzo, was it? Just a few questions and you can be on your way. No need for you to escalate them.
His reptilian eyes flick from me to Nellie, greedily drinking in her details. This one's the type to seek out power and authority purely as an excuse to start fires wherever he wants. And he's oily enough to be a hazard around any open flame. We were just hoping Lutzko could help us find something.
And what is it you're hoping to find?
Excuse me, but don't you think that's a bit personal?
It was a waste of time. We changed our minds anyhow.
Ah, of course. That's too bad. Anyway, listen to me prattle on. I get flustered when faced with such ravishing beauty, you see. For sisters, you don't—
Oh, he's loving this. Savoring every second like we're a pair of potato knish, fresh out of the oven. Which means, of course, he's about to bite.
I trust a pair of such good little New York girls would promptly report it if they were made aware of any illicit activity on the part of Sergeant Major Lutzko. Correct?
What do you mean, illicit?
Oh, you know, illegal, wrong, things that would demand a transfer of leadership here into more capable hands. Anything he shouldn't be doing.
How would I know what he should or shouldn't be doing? His smile flashes in and out of existence so quick, you could argue it never happened. In an instant, his officious familiarity vanishes.
How charming. Now, you and your sister can testify to what you know, or we can take this up with General Tillinghast. Your choice.
Doesn't take a genius to figure Lutzko's into something dirtier than his own soot-stained uniform. I share a look with Nellie, whose sparkling eyes are relying on me to navigate us out of these shark-infested waters. I'll tell you what I don't know. Why I've never met you before. Promoted recently? A hungry look comes over him, like a fox delighted by the rabbit who dares to fight back.
I pride myself on subtlety, my dear. Nobody knows I'm around, unless I want them to.
How nice for us.
Like this guy.
He's inching closer, and his military-issue aftershave doesn't do much to mask the fetid milk stink of his breath.
Ugh.
I maintain the distance between us. Not rude, but not too subtle either. He squints, unsmiling.
Let's get back to the topic at hand, shall we?
What's he in trouble for, anyway?
Treason, malfeasance, embezzlement, Supplies deemed vital to the war effort have disappeared, only to be found later on the black market or in the possession of degenerates.
He didn't need to specify which degenerates he was referring to. Apparently, rats wasn't cruel enough.
The punishment for which is death, of course, by grounding.
Grounding? Is that...
Getting dropped to the ground,
Yeah, kid. The long drop and the sudden stop.
It's justice, my dear. Traders pay their deficit in loyalty with blood.
Look, pal, we just met the guy. Do whatever you want, it's got nothing to do with us. Now, we got business to take care of, so if you don't mind... A sneer paints itself slowly across the officer's mug. If he had an angle, he'd use it. But he doesn't.
Very well. It was a distinct pleasure. Till we meet again.
Oh, thank you, officer. Goodbye!
He peels himself out of our path as slowly and painfully as an overglued bandage on a fresh wound. With a final colorless smile, he turns towards the quartermaster's office. Inside, Let's Go spots him, and the old man's Adam's apple bounces like a kid on a trampoline.
I don't think I like that Officer Pitt very much.
Neither do I, Billy.
That's only because you've got working eyes and ears. Stay away from him, all right?
You don't have to tell me twice.
Still, seems to me we've got options.
We do?
Well, whether we play it the quartermaster's way, or throw him under Pitt's repulsors, you and I still come out with the parts for Alexander and Maria.
I see. But what'll happen to the scrapyard if the quartermaster's arrested by White Street Intelligence?
You never know. Let's Go seems all right, but he's not exactly running a tight ship here. With someone like Pitt in charge, the Aethoniers might get more reliable supplies.
But then the restrictions imposed on them may get even worse. Boy, there aren't any easy answers in the lowers, are there?
You catch on fast for an academic.
Gia, the water filtration pieces we need, where do they originate from?
Well, White Street reuses whatever they can. Old coffee makers, radiator grills. If you can find it down in the burrows, then you pile it onto the beanstalk and it gets carted up here.
Oh, of course. Well, then it's simple, isn't it? We just go there and grab some supplies while they're in transit.
I must be giving her a real scorcher of a look, because she blushes pinker than a spring tulip. You're suggesting we raid a cargo shipment. You're suggesting we steal something?
Well, it's a solution, isn't it? I'm trying to get into the lower spirit.
The embarrassment and excitement fighting for real estate on her face have me this close to throwing an arm around her shoulders and tussling her hair. Let's go, Principessa. The massive cargo elevator locals call the Beanstalk is one of the last remnants of pre-Aether tech, relying on grit, machinery, and braided steel to plunder the refuse of the old world. The main lot is in constant noisy motion, a cacophony of combustion engines and sparking steel. When you look past the grime, it's a place of ferocious efficiency and discipline. Not while he's here.
How do I go down there?
This is the closest to the burrows I've been in years. If I look off the edge, I might even be able to see where I was born. I keep my distance.
Gia, what's that?
She points out the passenger window at the dark shape of a scrapper clunker, its burnished surface glinting as it swoops down to intercept us. Its markings, from grease-splashed like war paint across the hood to the scars and gouges of previous fights, suggest a high rank. That is who we're here to find. As the car pulls up alongside us, an even and untroubled voice squawks out at us.
Hello there. Looking for something, little bird?
He didn't open the dialogue by opening fire, so I take that as an encouraging sign. Nellie's looking at me expectantly. I better choose my words carefully as we pull over. You familiar with White Street's quartermaster?
Let's go. Sure. He's the only man who puts food on my table.
The scrapper leans out his window and proffers a folded piece of paper. I can see the quartermaster's stamp even before I grab it. It's a personal letter, promising pay for extra security for the Lutzko's goods as they travel the beanstalk. That's quite the arrangement you've got yourself. Wish my family'd been that lucky.
You from the Burrows?
Siltside, long time ago. Had to find a different way out.
Siltside? Couldn't be. Nobody comes out of there in one piece.
Who says I'm in one piece? The rolling rumble of his laugh matches the cadence of his engine. Mind if I keep this? Could come in handy.
Sure, I've got more at home. The man loves his correspondence.
How are things groundside these days? It's been a while.
Same as always.
The bitterness in his voice betrays no lie. The burrows are still the same as I left them. Hot in the daytime, freezing at night. Harsh winds carrying skin-slicing dust. Short on clean water, fresh food, and hope. Some things never change. I still hang my boots out the window at night.
You really are a Burrows kid.
The scrapper and I share a sharp-toothed grin, and I savor the puzzled look on Nellie's face. Guess we go our separate ways then.
Fine by me. You be careful out there.
His engine roars as he peels away, and I hear Nellie exhale next to me.
Okay.
We can repair our vehicle here or buy some parts. The busted chunk of an island's underside rusts in the sun, laying precariously on a crushed tenement building. Broken detritus and snapped cabling hangs down close to the street.
Oh, this is perfect! See that? If that old Aether repulsor's not damaged, the parts could easily be repurposed for water filtration.
Once we're parked, she runs off and gets to work, untangling pieces of equipment, reaching up on her tippy toes to pull down bundles of wire. She turns back to me.
Well, start over there with the equalizer piping.
I can't fathom what she wants me to do, so I start tugging on pieces of scrap and hope for the best. My clumsy efforts shake loose a metal assembly, and it nearly cracks open my coconut.
If you don't know what you're doing, stay out of the way. I'll do it myself.
I wait by the car till Nellie comes over with an armful of useful parts. She gives me a glare, and I can't help but feeling like I'm back in primary school. At least it's only my pride that took a beating this time.
Oh, sweet.
There's no mistaking the throaty grumble of a scrapper rig on the prowl, all sizzling oil and sparking ozone. Many scrappers are perfectly decent people just trying to survive. I can tell without looking that ain't the case with this one.
Couple of floaters all alone, eh? Easy pickings. Hey, we staked our claim on this scrap.
Oh, it tells you which side that I get it now. That's what the arrows are doing. So I hope you don't right. So I think I'm gonna go the right side pistol here. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. Sweet.
You all right? Yes, I'm okay. Thank you. You really... You grew up with those people?
A different time, kid. A different life.
Very nice, very nice. Ooh, more components. Storage. Nice. How many? +4, okay. And more scrap. Have delivery auto. It cost me money and scrap. So I have a repair kit. Mission updates, good. Save. Manual save. And there's some inventory stuff. right clicking and it is not being used. Says everything. Inventory sorted, okay. Let's do a little bit of research. Because this might just be a bug with the demo, I don't know. Yeah, not seeing anything about that. Quick look up. Try one more thing. Two more things, actually. No, can't try that. Okay. So I was gonna try going to a different spot that wasn't the garage and fixing it there, but that won't work. So I just saved. Picking that exit. Just reload the game, because it might just be that the demo is slightly bugged. And it might not even be a demo. It might just be the instance that I'm running right now. So we shall see. Cool. Just let that spin down and then spin it back up. Seismic squirrel. Okay, so inventory, vehicles. Still nothing. That's a problem. Such is the goodness of demos. Get to put in some feedback before the game actually gets to come out. The scary thing is the game is coming out like very, very soon. So don't know if we'll see that. Hopefully that's either something they noticed or like it's only a one-time thing, and that when the game actually drops, it's not something that actually needs to be dealt with. But we shall see. I wonder if I remap. Dialogue UI. Well, you can hop the horn. That's nice. That is odd that I'm not seeing any right click commands. Okay. So, hopefully that feedback went through. If it didn't, oh well. We're gonna go into Liberty Auto though. So we got the things we needed. We got this little letter from the guy that says we're kind of one of the people the quartermaster employs to protect this stuff. So, in theory, if we get accosted by his goons at the little checkpoint, we should be fine to just float through. I do want to see what's at this scrapyard, though.
For a moment, I think I'm seeing things. Looks like a scrap pile is moving all by itself. Until I spot the dark shapes of street urchins on its surface, like flies gnawing a steak left out in the sun. Hey, seen anything around here we could use for water filtration?
I'm not sure they'll be familiar with that sort of terminology, Gia. What about...
You mean like mechanical or fancy carbon type? Ain't seen none today, but Spunky found a whole box of rubber flanges yesterday. No cracks or nothing. You want it? You gotta pay.
I'm too busy enjoying the shock on Nellie's face to notice the White Street Patrol car pull around into my blind spot.
Oh, that's not good.
You ain't authorized to be here.
I don't want either. And I have the letter. Just flash the letter. Oh my goodness. Why is the letter flash not a thing? I'm sure that would get me heat regardless. And it's hard. Like, nah, I'm not doing it. I'll just
Fair's fair, kid. But if it doesn't work, I'm coming back. The urchin flashes a wide coffee brown grin as he grabs my offering and gives me the part.
It'll work. Promise.
Not what the Aethoniers are looking for, but it'll come in handy.
All right, enough.
Some
All
more
of you
useless
clear
repair
out.
kits. Love it. I regret stopping there so much.
Intelligence officers swarm every path out of the scrapyard, their black uniforms dotting the landscape like spots on a coal-black Dalmatian.
There's so many, Gia!
There's no getting through that without staining that dress of yours. We'll have to go back to Pitt if we want out of here alive. When we pull up to the quartermaster's office, there's a troop of secret police attending Lutzko and Pitt inside. Neither one looks pleased to be sharing the same air with the other.
I suppose this is what they call the moment of truth?
You suppose right. How do you want to play it? She looks surprised, as though she didn't expect me to source an opinion. You want to learn how things work in the lowers, Doctor? There's the tough choice and the tougher choice. So choose.
Well, as I said, I'm not exactly well-versed in White Street military politics, and I've only gathered minimal data on the relevant parties so far. There are other considerations, too, like...
No, you're overthinking it. What does your gut tell you?
It tells me we should help the quartermaster, even if times are tough for Alexander and Maria. I can't see them improving if that pitman takes control here.
She's not wrong. But she doesn't know the kind of suffering a man like Lutzko can cause, even if he means well. She's never lived a life where you can happily choose a pit, knowing at least there'll be food on your table. No easy way out. There never is. I open the door to the office, and the Whitecaps look up expectantly.
Ladies, you're back. I was just...
Ah, the Randazzo sisters. How very good to see you again.
So that's what the letter is for? Hmm. But yeah, everything is pretty much pushing me to side with the quartermaster. Hmm. But I feel like Gia in her gut wants to side with the secret police because in the long run, it might suck for the Aetherians, but we're gonna help them out for this instance. And in the long run, it should bring a bit more order and stability to their lives. Like, even though the quartermaster is loose about how he runs things, Pitt is fair and just as far as we know. So he's gonna make sure that they have the basic resources they need and not let their water supply get like too bad. He's still gonna be tight about it, which sucks, but like he won't let him hurt too bad because he knows that for them to go to war at all, they need their engineers. Like, yeah, he seems to have some actual war sense about him. So this is super easy. They're all easy, but this one is mad easy. Like, even with my buff, it's still like only an 83% chance versus 91. And I almost lost that. This is wild.
Your quartermaster here has been hiring help from the burrows, using scrappers as personal mercenaries.
I see. And do you have any proof to support that?
I hand him the scrapper boss's letter, which he reads swiftly and without any apparent satisfaction. He toots, shaking his head in exaggerated disappointment.
Oh, Theodore. Dear, oh dear. I'm afraid this won't do it all.
Then he snaps his fingers, and one of his cronies cuffs the quartermaster. The king of the scrapyard is led out in irons, disgraced before his entire realm. Lutzko squints in Pitt's direction as he's ushered past.
Just throw me over the railing, why don't you? Less paperwork that way.
No, Sergeant Major. When you fall to your death, it will be with a hood over your head, a blessing from the chaplain and all your brothers in arms in attendance.
The goons pull him away without another word, leaving me and Nellie in the whistling wind of the high platform, unsure whether what we just saw was justice or tyranny or neither. I catch Nellie's whisper at my shoulder.
Gia, did we do the right thing?
You ask me, his death warrant was signed before we got here. I'm more worried that someone like Pitt knows our faces now. We'll have to be careful in White Street from now on. Those look like good parts for the Aetherians. Nobody around to miss.
Yeah, I'm taking those.
The quartermaster's old mahogany desk boasts a conspicuous drawer with an ornate lock. No key in sight, though.
Oh, I don't have the stats. No. Oh, man. And I have so much heat on me right now. Oh, and it would knock off my heat, bro, if I was only a phantom. Oh, wait. I don't think I can get phantom status that fast. And I would need to roll a 12. Or I could add another to my smooth talker. Oh man, I want to just respec and bonus everything on the hustle channel, because I feel like Aether Draid, while it's cool, doesn't do much for me because I'm not in combat that often. But the worst thing is, like, I need a 12. So even if I somehow rolled an 11, very unlikely. Like 0% chance. That's not near impossible. That's impossible. So I think in that case, I'm going to buff Dodger. Because there are times I want to be able to.
No need to steal from the quartermaster today. Pitt's looking at me and Nellie like a father watching his kids open gifts on Christmas morning. His satisfaction is nauseating.
I must congratulate the two of you for your service to White Street today. Here, let it never be said I'm not a generous man.
What is this? Oh, hell, a business card?
He winks a hooded lid, and I taste bile in my throat.
What's going to happen to Mr. Lutzko?
Oh, that's none of your concern, my dear. This operation will be turned over to my control.
And the Aetherians. They'll get the supplies they need.
Your sympathy is touching, Miss Randazzo, if misplaced. Don't fret. I'll be sure everyone in the district gets exactly what they deserve.
Oh, I chose wrong.
He flashes a grin that says goodbye in a language that needs no interpreter. I manage to jerk out a curt nod as he walks off.
I feel like I chose so wrong. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. This is really bad. Oh, Chris got an update. Nice. Chris Carter. Now she's free of Aether. Very nice. Nice. Okay, inventory. Have even more repair kits. Stored everything. Okay, get me out of here.
I'm running with too much heat. And with a fever like this, I can't risk spreading it to Alex and Maria.
True.
We need to pull over, lie low, and let the Whitecaps move on. There's a place nearby.
Ooh, a safe house! That's so exciting! We're like spies or undercover agents.
Nelly.
I'm not tired, so I can take first watch if you need a nap. Though I don't have a gun.
Kid, if we need guns at a safe house, it's not doing its job, and we're in a world of hurt. You read my mind, kid. It's a grubby ground floor room in an abandoned tenement. The building's ghosts peer out at us from the woodwork. I see Nellie dodge a shattered light fixture, tiptoeing around the glass shards.
This is the place?
You were expecting the Ritz? It's quiet, kid. That's what counts. The minutes bleed together as the lights outside trace an arc across the floor.
Oh, sweet. My heat is down. Gumshoe.
Is it safe now? Can we leave?
Yeah. Drink it in, kid. we won't be seeing this place again. The checkpoint's still abuzz with angry White Street wasps, their stingers twitching in search of some flesh. Traffic grinds to a stop. Soldiers and intelligence officers are casing each car for contraband.
Okay. This is why we took the heat out, so they can just wave us on through, hopefully.
After a terse chit-chat with a few guards, liberally aided by Nellie's sweet smile, they wave us through.
Open the gate. This one is free to pass.
Yeah, I like how they use that section to really highlight how important heat is as a resource. Ooh, I get +2 to hustle checks now because my heat is so low. So that's nice.
Somehow, the place looks even rougher than it did only a few hours ago. There's a pall in the air as thick as the smog. Alexander and Maria catch sight of us and head over, dropping the goggles from their stained faces and treating us to some weak but earnest smiles.
You're back. Do you have what we asked for?
I'm happy to say we were able to retrieve some excellent parts for you. Here you are.
The kid magnanimously hands over the scrap, with all the pomp of a mayor handing out the key to the city. I can do you one better. I hand over the extra parts we managed to scrounge up. Maria accepts them graciously, and Alexander puts a hand on my shoulder. His dirty cheeks are already lined where he's been crying.
I can't tell you what this means. Things have been hard. Our nephew,
His words freeze in his throat, and Maria puts a consoling arm around him.
Not little Neff.
Thank you, Gia.
And our deal?
We're true to our word. Poppers spotted a car matching your description by Hero's Arch, past the commercial district at the island's edge. Should still be there. I should tell you, though.
It's all right. Thank you. Next to me, the kid is wilted like a balloon with all the air let out. Her pretty little life in the Heights hasn't prepared her for this. She's had a double shot of reality, with no chaser.
Here, we want you to have this. It's not much, but you really stuck out your necks for us, and we look after our own.
Thank you, and good luck.
To you as well.
Oh, sweet!
He bites something back, tight-lipped, but his eyes say it all. Usable scrap wasn't all we gave them today. We reminded him that not all outsiders are pinstriped jackals with a pen in their hand and gold in their smile.
Nice. It's good to have friends. Okay, now we get to go look for the car.
I'm doing well, keeping a low profile. But today it's not enough. A White Street guard flags me down and flashes his lights. I pull over and a young, self-important whitecap approaches my window. What seems to be the problem, officer?
Don't play coy, miss. I just saw you toss something out of your vehicle. Was that a cigarette butt? Contraband?
He hooks a thumb through the belt loop of his trousers, smug as a schoolyard bully.
You'll have to pay the fine on this here ticket or we'll have a problem.
You gotta be kidding me.
I give the guard a cursory look, but nothing stands out. You seem like a reasonable guy, and I'm in a charitable mood. How about I throw a donation your way?
You mean, pay the fine?
I don't have anything worth trading. Cash it is, then.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, rules are rules, I guess, even on White Street. I reluctantly hand over the cash. He counts the crisp bills with fat, greedy fingers. I feel a pang of guilt for them as they crumple in his fleshy hands. He smiles in satisfaction and tucks the bills into a pocket.
We take sanitation seriously here in White Street, miss. Don't let me see you littering around here again.
Wouldn't dream of it, officer. The officer saunters back to his cruiser, pleased with the easy take. Looks like I'm a few bucks poorer, but at least I'm free to go.
Yeah, I'd rather keep the heat off me. Because I know getting into a fight trying to run off would up my heat.
My whole livelihood sits there abandoned, abused, and torched beyond recognition, kept company only by effigies to the long dead. The smell of my burnt future still lingers in the cold air.
Oh no. Oh man. They really scrapped my car. They really scrapped my car. Yep. For the Chimera, somebody's gotta die.
Oh, Gia, your car. I'm so sorry. This is all my fault.
The vandal who took my car apart was more butcher than surgeon, ripping out the hidden compartments and leaving a gaping hole where Nellie's briefcase had been stored. Kid. She runs forward, hoping that every desperate scavenger in a 5-mile radius had somehow missed the briefcase. They hadn't.
No!
I suddenly feel like I'm outside my own body, looking down from above at this odd, tawdry sight. A scientist and a smuggler, hunched over the gutted corpse of a flashy import roadster. Ain't a comic panel been printed with a scene as strange as this. I nudge Nellie, motioning for her to follow me towards the edge of the island, overlooking the lowers.
Bro, you gotta be kidding me.
Crumbled remains of White Street's last purge. In the red flashburn when I shut my eyes, and the ozone stings in my nostrils, I feel history repeating itself. Among the forgotten and decayed, I almost dismiss the rotting crate as another corpse, until a glint of light calls me. Colored glass peeks through the gaps, and not the kind you usually find in White Street. I lift the crate. Waterlogged wood and molding straw fills my lungs. While fighting for air, I fumble and the bottom tears like aged parchment. In one careless gesture, I lose an easy payday as several bottles of whiskey ground themselves against concrete.
Gotta be kidding me, man.
You almost got us out of this hellhole, baby. Looks like I'm hitching the rest of the way. I can't bring our baby back, but maybe I can do the next best thing.
Yes! Chris, you ought to be so proud of me.
I dig through dirt and ashes and grease. The metal's gone cold and the cavity's gutted. I start to give up hope when I find a miracle hidden behind the tank, like opening a burnt door to find a room still intact. She somberly shuffles over before taking a seat next to me. Our legs dangle over the edge like a set of old, tarnished garden chimes.
I thought it'd be beautiful up close. Is that silly?
Huh?
Well, I've seen it so many times from the Institute, obviously, but I thought when I came down in person, I don't know, I guess I expected something different.
In the lowers, kid, things rarely go the way you expect. We gaze out at that hateful storm cloud, and I realize I do see a sort of severe, intense beauty in it. Like the ocean, maybe. Or what I imagine the ocean is like up close. What is it, anyway?
The well? It's a unique gravitational phenomenon. I theorize it's a byproduct of excessive industrial aether production, but the data is still unclear.
Punishment for our sins?
Last week, I would have scoffed at that. Today, I don't even know what I know anymore. Maybe it is.
Look, you can't carry the world on your shoulders, kid. We do what we can, and when we can't anymore, well, there's always wind skipping. She turns to me, confused. I reach into a deep coat pocket and pull out a handful of flat stone shards, eyeing them for the proper shape and size. My Zio taught me, when days were bad or boring or too hot or too cold or too anything, we'd throw stones together. The trick is to time it with the updraft. Watch this. A soft fragrance fights past the breeze, and I realize the girl's wearing perfume. Vanilla and rose. Height smells, as foreign down here as good dentistry or hope. I feel a weird surge of pity for the poor, pampered kid, and a tiny acid kick of jealousy. Last time I did this, Needles and I were fighting again. Couldn't hurl a rock at his smug face, so the empty sky had to do. Neither of them deserved it. The shard catches the wind and flies into the sky before disappearing into the noise of the city. Nellie's eyes brighten. Nellie takes a few stones from my hand, giving them a clinical eye. She winds back for a throw, but hesitates, glancing over at me. She turns over her stone, memorizing every bump and ridge before tossing it into the draft. It isn't much of a throw, but I have to hand it to the kid. She times it perfectly, and that stone flies better than any bird.
Well, what do you know? I do feel a bit better.
See? Nice throw, kid.
Thanks! Not that difficult, once you factor in mass times force, accounting for the wind, of course.
All right, easy there. You ain't pitching for the Metromaniacs just yet. We sit in silence a little longer before the wind begs me to say something. What's so special about that briefcase of yours?
Oh, I've been tracking the growth patterns of the well for some time. Recently, the etheric charge in the storm band spiked, building in both intensity and atmospheric disturbance.
I shift my weight into her shoulder, rolling my head and then my eyes. Come on, kid. You going to bore me to death after a day like today?
Something recently made the well stronger. Much stronger. If I can stop that, I might be able to stop the well from consuming the lowers altogether.
You're serious, aren't you? You really think you can fix it?
Yes, but without my notes, I'll have to start again, collect some more data. I remember most of the model, but recreating some of the theorems will take time.
Well, that settles it. We're not done yet, kid. Those notes of yours, pretty sure they were taken. And I'm not going to soil my reputation by losing a client's property. We just need to fix up our clunker to find them.
Oh, you mean it, Gia? That's wonderful news. Thank you, but we need something better than clunker. She's going to help us save the lowers. She needs a real name.
She does look like a block of cheese. Or a sponge. Honeycomb, maybe? I can see her gears spinning up again, and I decide to let her run. We could both use the distraction. You know, back when these things were in production, they were called Kingmakers, because if you drove one, you were considered barren material. She's a little beat up, so how about Princess?
That's sounds lovely. She'll need a new paint job and everything. Maybe pink? Oh, no, but that's not fearsome enough. Not for you. Are there any princesses with guns? You might be the first.
As we stand under the gloom of the well, the world somehow manages to look just a tiny bit brighter.
I think your uncle was right earlier. The wind skipping did help. Thanks, Principessa.
Trying out a little Italian? We'll work on it. Something easier.
But you call me that. I should be able to call you something.
I've already got a name, kid. But let me know if you think of anything.
I don't want to go
Let's head
back
home,
to
kid.
Crest with this terrible news, bruh. I already let Crest down once by letting the car get stolen. Now I gotta tell her that it's got scrapped. You're kidding me, bruh. I admire Crest way too much to be giving her this constant flow of bad news. This is not okay, man. It's not okay. We'll get back to the map. Started. Back to White Street. I'm just gonna go back one more. Oh, I gotta go to the first point there. Yeah. Are you kidding me?
I'm getting used to Princess's quirks, namely compensating for her disastrous alignment when I hear a sharp intake of breath from Nellie. My eyes dart to the rear view, and I see him again. That tall, rangy shadow, riding hard towards us like a bandit in the night. The shadow pulls up next to us, and I'd swear on Zio's headstone I feel the temperature drop. His gaze is flint and his smile is poison. I squeeze the wheel to steady myself.
I've been awful rude. Never introduced myself. Name's Tobias Dufresne.
Okay.
Didn't ask, Slim. You got about 3 seconds before I ram you into a building.
Leave us alone!
Be glad to oblige, Missy. But I'm being paid handsomely to bring you back home. And I aim to earn my pay. Come along now.
Like hell.
You there! Disperse immediately!
Here's your chance to run.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
It was you. You torched my car.
Precious to you, was it? I expect little miss was hoping to get her papers back, too. Don't worry, darling. They're in good hands.
Oh, this man's
Wait.
gotta die.
My research? Give it back! And that's doctor to you!
Apologies, but if you won't come quietly, well...
I said disperse! Final warning!
Don't really care. Mr. Dufresne, I'm gonna need you to be gone, sir. You gotta take the drop between roads. Ooh, cool. Use a lot of points. I don't want to be in this construction site long. 2 collision damage, we can do that. Don't really care about the bystanders. Click, click, click. Why can't I move there? I was swerve out the joint in a second, man. Okay. Ooh, wait. Can I do this now? No. Okay. So can't do that. survived 4 rounds. Nah, we eliminate him. Get him out of the way. And he took construction damage. You shot me!
You're cruising for a bruising!
Really? Gotta be kidding me, man. I'm good with that, I think. Coming over? Yeah, sounds right. Fancy, fancy. Why am I taking fire damage? That's bad. Okay, so we're going to... No, I need to get in front of him and ram it.
You won't stop me that easily. This isn't over.
That'll work.
That's it. You're under arrest by order of General Tillinghast.
Damn it, soldier boy, get out of my way.
Now's our chance. The Whitecaps jump on Dufresne's sleek Corvette like a drove of starched pigs tackling a raven. While the bullets and cuss words fly, so do we. And he clocks our escape with a furious shout.
You ain't seen the last of me, you hear? I'm coming for you, Miss Doctor.
Just like that, we out. Maddie's still alive, but whatever. We gotta scratch some of these repair kits then. That seems like a really good weapon, though. But small storage compartment, creative components, 17, 13, 19, 7. Toss another one of those. Boom. Boom. Put that there. Forget the repair kits. I can't really use them anyway. I think that works. Home island to the hole.
I better let Cress know what happened to the Chimera. Cress greets us, shoulders square, arms crossed, a woman bracing for impact. She must have figured something was wrong when I didn't pull up with our baby.
You find her?
She was gutted. Nothing left to salvage. Expecting the hit doesn't make it hurt any less. Her shoulders fall.
It was awful. Ugh, she was an incredible machine. I've been in Heights cars with brace staplers that weren't as well optimized.
Is this that ray of sunshine that's been following you around?
Yes, hello! I'm Nellie. It's a pleasure to finally meet you. I've heard so much about you. All good things, of course.
Oh, so Gia's been lying.
But Gia didn't say you were a mechanic. I thought Lowers Islands didn't allow their Aethaniers to work on the surface. Or is that how it works in the hull?
The kid stepping into a minefield. Cress talks as much about her personal life as she talks Bavarian politics.
Sorry, I'm not breaking my back crawling the tunnels to keep you afloat.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I take it back. This is my first time in the Lowers, and I didn't expect to meet so many Aethaniers.
Don't you know? We breed like rats down here.
The kid looks on like she's ready to start taking notes.
The hole's not like other islands. No free homes, no rats under contract. You need a generator looked at, you pay me like anyone else.
Don't worry, I won't be a bother. I'm certain I can find my way around a generator. Oh, but I hope it won't be any trouble to ask about the output capacity. I can pay you a consultation fee once I have the funds. Unless you accept coffee.
Stick around a month. I'll think about it. And I take cash.
Cress is playing it softer than I expected with the kid. The first day I walked in here, I was lucky to get away with my jaw intact.
So, the Chimera's gone. Looks like you're stuck with that bucket of bolts.
Princess is not a bucket of bolts. She's a queen maker. All she needs is some extra offensive capability.
You named her. You gonna get attached to every lost cause you come across now?
Royalty isn't about looks, it's about bearing. Soon enough, she'll reign over these streets.
Yeah. Anyway, all that hunk of yours really needs is a tune-up, a fresh set of repulsors, and restitching of the upholstery.
At a minimum. And she's not the only one who needs to get back in real fighting shape, Cress. My rep's in the gutter, and I need cash.
Okay. What exactly are you looking for?
Got anything for a little more protection? Honeybee can take some fire from street-level punks, but I wouldn't trust her in a serious dogfight.
I named her Princess, not Honeybee. Wrong voice line. But, yeah. I'll look over it.
The chassis is shot to hell. You're gonna want some serious armor plating to reinforce it. I'm out of anything at the level you're asking for, but if you bring me the plates, I'll get them set up for you.
Think Tiana has anything?
If you're willing to pay an arm and a leg.
Fair enough. I'll stop by Pier 6. You happen to know of any jobs?
I got something, but it doesn't pay much. More of a personal matter. If you want real money, you know who you'll have to talk to.
Monsieur Blanc?
No, Needles is off the table.
Oh, yeah, nah.
Needles? Is he bad?
He's nobody. Just another smuggler I used to work with. We had a falling out on our last job.
Just another smuggler who owes you big? He recently set up shop in the Raymond district. Not struggling for work either. You need a lead on jobs. He's who you need to talk to. Least he can do.
I haven't seen Needles since Zio died. Haven't wanted to. Too many bad memories. But Cress is right. I need the money. And a job's a job, even if it's from him. You said you had a job? Something personal?
Yeah, but first, tell your client to go bother someone else.
Oh, no problem. Don't worry about me. I've been wanting to look at these Aether lifters you got stacked up over there. It'll be like I'm not even here.
I heard about what you did for the Aether rats in White Street. Thanks.
They dealt with me fairly. And your advice was, if I recall correctly, to not be an ass. So I wasn't.
So, you wouldn't say no to another job for them?
Depends. You said yourself the pay's nothing to write home about.
We got some scratch saved up. A sponsor's covering the rest.
Sponsor?
They're good for it. I'll vouch.
Okay. As long as it'll help build up my rep, I'm in.
What, nothing else? You good? Okay, good. I need a getaway driver. We're breaking rats out of the tomb.
If Cress is trying to make a joke, it's a poor effort. No one escapes that upside-down prison. Not alive, anyway. At best, you get to enjoy 10 seconds of freedom before you give the Earth a goodbye kiss. So, what's my part in this? I've seen you steer out of gravity slips like it's nothing. You're plenty capable of a pickup.
It's a two-person job. I'll drive the barge there, but I need someone to keep unwanted eyes off us along the way.
No one escapes the tomb, Cress.
Maybe Eli shouldn't have locked up the same people who keep him afloat. My people have a way into the garbage system, and the trash chutes that lead outside.
And?
And we're going to take out the trash.
Okay, Cress. I'm with you.
Good. Only certain barges with military clearance are allowed near the tomb. I got one lined up. Let's meet there first.
The tomb's crawling with whitecaps. They're not just going to let us drive up and make off with a bunch of convicts.
That's where you come in. I need someone who can get physical when the time calls for it, or keep me from being seen.
Like old times. We haven't done a job together since the carnival.
Yeah, well, I've been busy. And let's make sure this job goes better. It took me weeks to get the smell of wet lime out of that car.
Yeah! Best mechanic.
Far from the Undercity or any free home, Cress Carter lives life as one of those few Aether to have escaped her contract. She made the Hole her home, starting her own garage and filling her newfound quiet with music. Selfless and principled, Cress has stood by Gia through thick and thin, even giving her a place to call home when Zio Alfonso was killed. She drives wagons, flatbeds, and sedans. And she's kind of brass and smarts. I like it. Cool. Free homes. When you grow up without the stars above you, you have to paint your own on the ceiling. Most who enjoy comfortable lives above ground level are happy to imagine the Aetherians keeping the islands afloat beneath their feet as scurrying rats infesting the city's subterranean levels. Truth, however, is that while the sub-level passageways of the city's anti-gravity systems are dangerous, they're hardly the dank sewers most people picture. The free homes where Aetherians live and work are thriving enclaves of community and culture, where constant hardship and prejudice foster unity, strength, and determination. Cool. If not a touch sad, but pretty cool. It's nice world building. classic with a modern hovering twist. Drop behind your vehicle to damage anyone caught behind you in a small area. Oh, it's a mine. That's cool. Oh, no.
She works tirelessly on that arm of hers, obsessing over it, making sure that it's not useless. Sometimes I wonder if she's talking about herself more than her arm.
Oh. That's good to know.
A storm brews on the shallow ferry platform, where the kid hovers over Mr. Throg, crackling with frustration like a gathering thundercloud. The old ferry—
Maybe I'm not articulating myself properly. You can hear me, can't you?
Loud and clear, girl.
Well, okay then. Let's cast away, or whatever the expression is.
Sorry, but no. Ferry's closed.
Oh, Gia, thank goodness you're here. You gotta help me talk some sense into this man. He won't—
She wants to visit the well. Miss Reinhardt might have a death wish, but I most certainly do not.
She balls her little fists, barely suppressing her frustration. A new tempest is about to erupt when I steal the wind right from under her. You were going to run off without me, kid? What was your plan? Run into the storm and hope it didn't tear you apart?
Gia, this is the last thing, and I'll have recreated the most important parts of my research. I just need to get close enough to see the atmospheric conditions around the outskirts of the well.
The only thing you'd have seen is your own skull as your eyes were pulled from their sockets. Mad girl.
Everyone had their own well story, just part of living every day next to something that could kill you. I'd tell my giggling sister how I had to lasso my own leg once as it floated off. Nellie, evidently, does not share the same amusement at such a story. You know, there is one place that might work, not too far out of the way from White Street. Safe from the gravity, too.
Oh? You ain't taking her to the rig now, are you? I might rather take my chances near the well.
Don't worry, old man. Ghosts don't scare me.
Ghosts?
I think that is where I'm going to call it. Just got a butt ton of other story missions. And for a demo, this feels much more loaded than I thought it was going to be. But that's really nice because it shows that the devs have worked tirelessly on putting this together, because it is a very rich game. And like, you know, demos are supposed to just be kind of the surface, show you what the game is about, let you see all the little details that make this game special and enjoyable and really get you to come back and want to play more, which I do want to do. So I think we're gonna do that on Wednesday, or maybe next week Monday. Probably next week Monday, because I do still want to play Octopath at least once a week, especially as I'm getting closer and closer to the end. I want to just knock out these chapter 4s, because I don't think there will be anything after that, but if there is, then I'm very excited to see it. So yeah, Wednesday we'll do some Octopath. Monday we'll probably come back and do more of Aether and Iron demo. And I kind of hope that demo save data will transfer to the actual game. But if not, I am totally willing to do it all over again, because this has been a very fun experience. And I think there might be some things I do differently as far as skill tree works, and just kind of buffing some of my decisions there. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me for tonight. I could go see Axel, but I think not. I think we're just gonna call it a night for tonight. I'm gonna bid you all a pleasant and safe evening and tell you all to fly safely, and I will see you on Wednesday. Good night.